Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
It is Wednesday. We're getting ready for that Final Four. We'll keep it going all week. We'll have some other stats about the Final Four. We'll get into a big giveaway for you guys at 11:45. Tortuga tickets for a 3-day pass, which is awesome. We have WWGD coming at you. It is a Wednesday. We'll keep it going all day long. Only on Real Radio 92.1. Hopefully you guys had a good morning and you were listening to Rover and his crew to get you out of the starting gate. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello and good morning.
And good morning, Francis.
Hi, good morning.
Now, is Wednesday, some people think, the best day to take off? If you have one day to take off, a lot of people say Monday and Friday, but is Wednesday the best day to just give you a little break and then you do 2 days, you take a break, and then you do 2 more? Would you like that for a work week?
Well, no, I know Jimmy had a study we talked about last week saying that they thought that Wednesday would probably be the best day, and I disagreed with it.
Yeah, me too.
Give me Friday or Monday.
Yeah.
I'd rather have consecutive days.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then have off that. So then you can have a 3-day weekend if you don't work Saturday, obviously.
I always had in my mind that Wednesday was the best day to work. You know, I don't know if you guys remember, I told that story one time that in 2000, when I first moved here from New Jersey, and I had to buy a vehicle. I sold my pickup truck up there, and then I came down here. I bought a small Ranger when I got here, and I had it custom built from, because there were certain things that I wanted on it that just wasn't on the showroom floor type thing. So when I asked them to build it, I wanted it built on a Wednesday. I specifically put that in there. I don't know if they really did. I mean, there's no way for me to ever prove it.
Yeah.
But I actually asked for that because in my mind, Monday's drag, Tuesday's a little bit better, Wednesday's the peak, and then Thursday and Friday you're looking forward to the weekend. So that's always kind of been my weird mindset of how the 5-day work week would go.
Yeah, it's interesting. I do remember you saying that you asked for Wednesdays off. Could never find out if they did.
And I tell you what, it was a great truck, so it worked. At least it worked in my mind.
It must have worked. That's all that matters is that it did work. Yeah, everybody has a different mindset. Some people like Wednesdays off, and they feel like, it's a nice break in the week. And
I mean, when I hit Wednesday, I feel like I'm in a stride, right?
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday is a bit of a struggle. You hit Wednesday, and you're like, all right, let's just coast from here.
Yeah.
Coast through Thursday and Friday.
Give us a call if you have an opinion on this, 877-927-6969. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. And also email Jimmy at realradio921.com. You like listening to us, you might like looking at us more, you can go to our website, go to Real TV. It is sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. We're 7 days a week. It's the best view in Palm Beach County. The beautiful ladies, the 5-star menu, and they're open 7 days a week and a great happy hour. So that is your opportunity right out of the gates. Would you like Wednesdays off? Is it a good day for you to have off? And would you like a 4-day work week? You can throw that in there too. I think a lot of people would like a 4-day work week if they were getting paid the same thing, obviously. But Wednesday is, I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad. Friday and Monday, I think most people would always.
What about you? What would
I don't know.
you rather take?
I don't take many days off.
I know, but we're saying if this became a thing where we go down to the 4-day work week, would you rather have a Monday, Friday off, or would you have a Wednesday?
I guess I go with Monday. I think I would go with Monday and have off Sunday and Monday and go from there. And, have 2 days off to, kick back, relax, and, serious things in life. Work on my tan and stuff like that. But, yeah, if you guys have an opinion, give us a call. A lot of my friends like Wednesdays off. They're always like, I like to take the midweek off because they get a little sluggish in the middle of the week. But everybody's different. And it depends what your job is, too. I mean, that's another thing, too. But if you can get a day and they said, hey, what is it? Let us know. I read an article about it yesterday, and I said, Wednesday is one of those days where I think a lot of people were like, all right, the midweek is off, and I'm going to rock and roll. But you can call us, and don't forget today, 11:45, tickets that everybody wants. And you also might have an opportunity to see Francis. Tortuga tickets coming at you.
Maybe.
3-day. You got a busy week that week.
I do.
Yeah. You have the cruise, and then you have that. So you guys want an opportunity, 11:45, that is your opportunity.
So this is one of those terms that we have. There's a lot of buzzwords that come out there, and when it has to deal with relationships. And one is a situationship. And there's a clinical psychologist that basically says a situationship is simply a relationship that hasn't been defined yet.
Okay.
Well, This could be due to a lack of willingness from both people to define the relationship, or maybe a lack of commitment towards one another. Either way, I think we've heard about them in WWGDs. It happens sometimes where just, you want to be in that relationship with a person, but you're not ready to make it exclusive or commit, even though you're not really seeing anybody else. It's maybe just a fear, right?
Keep your options open.
So as long as everybody's okay with it, then I guess it works if everybody's on the same page. But sometimes there's people who don't realize that they're on different pages, and it can be problematic when one person wants to define the relationship and the other one is like, nah, not really. I'm really cool how things are, right? They haven't given it any consideration whatsoever. So they talked about these might be signs that you're in one and you may not be really aware of it.
This is gonna be good.
So these are they're pretty blatant signs. So you don't ever get to meet their friends and family, right? They never take you around them, especially if you've been in a situationship for a few months. Then
I can see that.
Yep,
Especially around the holidays.
You haven't talked about the future whatsoever. Everything is kind of day by day. You don't talk about you two in any future plans, anything like that. This one is a hello, red flag. You're missing an emotional connection. I totally get that one. Communication is inconsistent, and these are signs that you're in a situationship. You never know when you're going to see them. Could be today, could be 2 weeks from now.
That's
They just kind of pop up out of nowhere.
Hey, what's happening?
How do you not know that?
Well, because maybe they just don't, like, communication isn't consistent. Maybe they don't communicate with you, and you text them or you call them and be like, hey, you want to hang out today? And they're like, oh, and then they pop up a couple days later.
Yeah, I think it's also when you're seeing somebody. I know myself lately, like when you leave them, say for whatever you're on, a date or drinks or whatever, you say, hey, you want to get together again? And they're like, well, call me in a couple days. We'll see what happens. So if somebody wants to see you, you know what I mean? They see you the next day or whatever.
And that's the thing. Like in a real relationship, you have these set dates and plans. When you're in a situationship, it's more spontaneous and it lacks consistency. Yep. They said you might see a person a few times in 1 week, and then you won't see him again for a few weeks.
Yeah.
It's not consistent when it comes to this. Let's see here. Everything is convenience based. And if you're like, all right, what a minute. Well, if you don't really want to commit to a relationship, but you're sort of enjoying the benefits that you get from the relationship just based on convenience. It's more convenient for some people to be in situationship rather than committed. You and that other person aren't really prioritizing each other. You're not really going out of your way to see other person or make plans. So it may be more spur of the moment based on when you're available. Or if someone cancels on you and you're like, all right, hey, what's up? My plan's canceled. What do you want to do tonight?
Yeah. Or somebody calls you like...
I wouldn't put it like that, though.
Yeah. Maybe somebody calls you like 10 o'clock, sends you a text. Hey, are you at this location? I'm in the area. That's definitely it. And you're like, okay. And because they wouldn't have called you before.
And that's the unfortunate thing is, like, I don't know if I would put up with that, but there's a lot of people who probably do. And maybe it's because they really like the person. Maybe because there's not any other options. Maybe because they're lonely or whatever the case may be.
There's really not much going on. So you're like, yeah, I'm here. Stop by. And we'll have a drink. And then who knows what's going to happen. And maybe nothing.
Yep. And another big sign that they don't take you out on dates. Basically, you're a booty call is what it is. There's not many dates planned at all. To that end, you might also not take the person you're seeing to official events like weddings and company parties.
Isn't kind of weird that when you read this, it seems so obvious, yet when you're in it, it's not.
It's so true. It's so true.
You're right.
When I was younger, I was in a certain situation like that, and I was completely, and I'm talking about like 17, 18, but I was just infatuated, completely in lust, and I didn't realize. And my sister and everybody like, why? They're like, why do you put up with him? And I'm like, oh, because he's so great. And he wasn't.
Yeah,
he was terrible.
Yeah. And you
liked him.
Make excuses. I mean, that's common. We've heard that,
of
over
course.
the years, but.
Oh, I like the way he looked. Is what it was.
So you liked him. So there's
it was more of a lust than it was like a real genuine like is what it was.
It happens every day.
Yeah.
I mean, at any age. And like Jimmy said, a lot of times you don't even realize you're in it. You know what I mean? You're just going along with it. And you feel like, well, it's somebody new and this is what they do and stuff like that. But
I think deep down, though, but you just don't want to. I think a lot of times, you kind of know that things aren't really the way it should be or the way you think that it should be or the way you really want it to be. But you kind of, like Franny says, you put up with it because there's something good, no matter what that good is. I mean, in her particular case, she said good looks, and that, for that person. But I'm sure that,
I was a kid.
Greek's right. That happens a lot, I'm sure.
I didn't value the things that you should value in a relationship.
Yeah, you read this, and it seems like a no-brainer. Right? I mean, every one of these, you read it through, it's like, yeah, duh, but...
I think some of it comes with age, too, and maturity to realize what you deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, but sometimes you're just like
how you should be treated. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but every time you're reading one, I'm like, ding, ding, ding. They're hitting you. Definitely are. I think if you're not taking a person out, that's a big deal. You should know that. If it's just a booty call, then you should be like, all right, this is what we're doing. And if you're cool with that, then...
And, of course, there's situations. I mean, people that work a lot, people that work 70 or 80 hours a week, I mean, they find hard, it's very difficult to date and find time for dating. I get that. Mm-hmm. And some people, that's just a situation that they're in. But you got to kind of know that, right? I mean, you got to kind of know that if you're dating somebody that has a work schedule like that, then it's not necessarily going to be a complete commitment. They're committed to their job.
Yeah, and what you want in a relationship is not obviously what they want.
Yeah.
Or they can't give it to you.
Yeah.
You got a couple more on there? You said there was 10? That was it?
Yeah. That basically covered most of it.
Yeah, I think sometimes, too, if you ask somebody to do something and they're always busy, then that's another thing. Or, we'll reschedule or something like that. If somebody wants to see you, they'll definitely see you. If you've been in a situation, either way, call us and let us know. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us or you can email Jimmy.
What do you call this? Is this a situationship? According to research which sampled nearly 4,000 British singles, 48% of respondents said that they received unsolicited nude photos from a match or a date, with 45% of the 48 revealing that it made them feel disgusted. So that means 3% were okay with it, I guess.
Send them.
Why?
All good.
My typical guy, because that's what I took out of that sentence, 3% said it was okay. Sending unsolicited nudes is an aspect of dating that really must change, said life coach Michelle Ellman. Well, that's pretty understandable. Women in particular often worry, though, that they will be judged for not being receptive to such requests.
Really?
And this creates a pressure environment. Ladies, do not feel this way. That is absolutely wrong. There's no reason to feel that way. The survey stated that the average app user usually receives about 5 unsolicited nude images during their dating history. Another hot topic is the dating survey is ghosting, the act of suddenly disappearing without warning. The survey found 43% of daters had been ghosted and 40% have stood up on a date. Bad dating behaviors are pushing more people to use discriminant when considering whether they should meet up in real life. Well, then you end up ghosting, right? So that's the thing. In an effort to make their dating life a more positive experience, nearly 46% of people surveyed said that they are now trusting their gut and ending the conversation if they have any doubts about their match. It's so weird how they're talking about how more and more people are ghosting, yet use your gut instinct and ghost people in case you don't feel right. Sort of weird, huh?
Yeah.
It's kind of an odd way that they came up with that survey. But going back to the nudes, come on, guys. And I'm sorry, I'm going to put it onto the guys, but because they're the ones sending the ones that are unsolicited. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
I don't either. I mean, I told you maybe a couple weeks ago I got one, and I got one from somebody who listens to the radio station, and it was a video. It was a video from head to toe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Thanks for forwarding that, by the way.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate
I thought you wanted to see it. It's like, just no.
Yeah, send them to me, not for Andy.
Just no. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, don't.
It is uncalled for, and God forbid, like, you're in front of a child when you hit that thing, and you're like, because it's surprising. You're like, oh, you don't expect it, because a lot of times when you're not like friends or whatever, or follow somebody on Instagram, it shows that you have a request, and it starts with like, hey, love the show, and so you're like, all right. It's a listener. I'll click on it, and then you just see that it doesn't show what it is. It just says video, and there's a little play button, and then you hit it, and then bam, it's right on your phone.
Damn it.
There goes Tuesday.
But can you believe this? Out of 2,000 people, close to 2,000, because it was 48%, received 5 unsolicited adult images
insane. That's insane.
from people, and that's just man.
Yeah.
Once in a while, gags, I get it, but. Man, I just don't understand.
The last 2 girls I dated both said that to me on the first or second dates, and I was in shock. Like, don't ever send me any pictures. I'm like, I'm good.
And you know what?
And a big age difference.
You mentioned that whatever day it was when you mentioned that, and my first thought was, well, duh. Now I know why. When you see it's that many people that are doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was shocked.
Is that illegal?
I was shocked when they said it to me. I looked at them like, I go, what?
But now there's a reason why they're saying it.
Yeah. Oh,
clearly.
The one girl says she gets them all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. So, I mean, it's crazy, but everybody's got a different process. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We're going to come back with This Day in History and a trifecta. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Did you guys ever have any friends growing up that had one of those Sphinx cats?
No.
Those are so strange.
I wanted one so bad.
Oh, they're so weird looking.
They're very. It's like if you removed a person's scrotum and then it got up and walked away.
It does kind of look.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. Your shot to score $1,000 returns Monday morning on Real Radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Jennifer Collins. A mix of sun and clouds for this afternoon as temperatures remain in the lower to middle 80s. We'll see the chance for a late day shower. Otherwise comfortable tonight with lows in the middle 60s. Not as warm to end out the week. Temperatures in the lower 80s Thursday and Friday under mostly sunny skies.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
She came to New York City dead, but left more alive than ever. We'll have Sarah Gonzalez's personal testimony. Be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get ready for iHeartRadio Icons with Queen and Adam Lambert to celebrate their announcement of the Rhapsody Tour 2023, featuring a career-spanning set list with wall-to-wall immortal anthems.
America is still very encouraging to us, I could put it that way, so you want to go where people want you.
Tour tickets on sale Friday at LiveNation.com. Don't miss iHeartRadio Icons with Queen and Adam Lambert. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific on the free iHeartRadio app's Classic Rock channel.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one. "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
GiveMeTheVin.com is paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Cards issued by Celtic Bank, member FDIC.
Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's business cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 3.5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/free. Ramp.com/free. ramp.com/free.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
On the podcast Inner Cosmos with David Eagleman, the Stanford neuroscientist explores how brain science intersects with our lives, passions, and behaviors. This deep dive into the unexpected facets of our brain science will help you see the world differently.
I'm going to explore the relationship between our brains and our experiences by tackling unusual questions.
Listen to Inner Cosmos with David Eagleman on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach, open 7 days a week till 5 a.m. with the beautiful ladies. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. And on Fridays, they bring their fantasies to life. It's Fantasy Fridays at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Open till 5 a.m., 7 days a week. And beautiful girls, you can't beat it. Make sure you get over to Monroe's. Any night is a great night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Thanks.
There's plenty of thrills at Gulfstream Park in Hallandale Beach during the championship meet, with live horse racing action Wednesday through Sunday. It's peak season here in South Florida and time for the Grade 1 Florida Derby on Saturday, April 1st. Join us in the Flamingo Room, the Carousel Club, and 10 Palms Restaurant for an unforgettable afternoon of racing and entertainment. For stake schedules, reservations, tickets, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Celebrate Jersey Mike's 13th annual Month of Giving by dining in or taking out from Jersey Mike's on March 29th for the Day of Giving, when 100% of all sales will be donated to Quantum House here locally. Learn more at jerseymikes.com/MOG.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Do you make your own clothes? Would you cut your own hair? Can you churn your own butter? You could do all those things, but the results would be horrible. If you have a tax problem, the same is true if you call the IRS yourself. They will gladly take your call, and they'll tell you what they want, but they won't tell you your rights. Their job is to collect money. I'm Miami tax attorney Steve Klitzner, and if your IRS problem just started or has been lingering painfully for years, do not call the IRS on your own. Call me today for a free consultation with me at 305-682-1118. We'll figure out what you can afford, and I'll fight with the IRS on your behalf. Call now, 305-682-1118. Don't pay more than you should. Call 305-682-1118 today.
Put your trust in the red, white, and blue. Air America. Save now, pay later. Air America is offering 0% financing for up to 18 months on new AC units. Visit airamericaAC.com for details.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Hit and run being worked in Lake Worth, southbound 95 on the exit ramp to 6th Avenue South. But the good news is it is off to the shoulder. Over on the Turnpike, we have a left lane blocked, a broken down car, northbound Turnpike right by Glades Road. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
The Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg is pursuing a political witch hunt against Donald Trump. Former acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker joins me on the Truth with Lisa Booth. And listen to the Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Welcome back to the program. Thank you so much, always, for listening to Real Radio 92.1. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hello, what's up?
And it's time for This Day in History and a Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, Dwayne Wade did make the Hall of Fame class, 2023, three-time NBA champion, 5 times he was in the NBA Finals. Great career with the Miami Heat, 1 year with the Chicago Bulls. But when you think of D-Wade, you think of the Heat. It was Wade County. He performed from day one when he came out of school at Marquette, helped the Heat win 3 championships, the first one in 2006 with the Shaq. So hats off to D-Wade getting into the Hall of Fame. The Washington Commanders had to get 2 bids yesterday for $6 million each. So it looks like that team will be sold. They think it will happen before the NFL draft. But they have 2 different groups, $6 billion each. That's a pretty good place to be in. If you bet all 4 teams in a parlay for $100 on the odds before the Final Four started, guess how much you would have made? On the 4 teams. Connecticut was plus 500. San Diego State was plus 875. The Canes were plus 2,000. And the Florida Atlantic was plus 3,500. You bet $100 on all 4 that they would make it to the Final Four.
What do you got, Jimmy?
Just make it to the Final Four. Say you make about 100,000.
A little bit higher. All 4. It's a 14 parlay, so all 4 teams have to make it. Yeah.
200,000.
4.4 million.
A little. He said a little higher. That's
higher.
the only reason I went to 200. A little higher.
That's a little higher. He's right.
Wow.
So if you bet all 4 teams, I never anybody feel like their guess is bad. I'm just a little higher.
That is not a little higher. That's a lot of it.
I would have been a good salesperson for a house. What is it? I'm going to give you $800,000. It's a little higher. It's $13 million. Connecticut plus 500. San Diego State again plus 875. Miami plus 2,000. Florida Atlantic plus 3,500. Betting $100 on a parlay for all 4 Final Four teams that would pay $4.4 million. Wow. Now, who the hell? Nobody would have that, obviously. But pretty impressive if you ever could come up with that. Because, again, 3 of them were so long. Miami maybe, and Connecticut. Connecticut a little, I heard. But I didn't hear anybody else. But that is unbelievable what that would have paid. $4.4 million. I don't think anybody's had that or does have it. But we'll see what happens. We're going to talk to a guy today in the Greek Zone later who said that he picked Florida Atlantic to be in the Final Four. I want to hear his story and where he's from and how he came up with that. Because I didn't hear anybody talking about them at all. Just that they had a good team, but never to go this far. And they are getting so much press, like 4-letter network, all the major stations nationwide.
Sure, yeah. I'm not surprised.
No, just all the cameras and everything over. It's great for the campus. Like they're showing FAU, which is really nice.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and the story about the coach and everything. So hats off to them. Again, it's Wednesday. They'll be playing Saturday night. 6:09 is the time in front of 71,000 fans. And I was wrong. I thought their place held like 3,500, holds 2,900. So that is a big difference for those kids. And that is your first trifecta of the day. And now it's up to Jimmy for this day in history.
On this day in history.
Well, let's go back not too far, but we're going to start in the year 1919. That's 104 years ago today. Franny was talking about this a little bit yesterday. The Ringling Brothers merged their circus with Barnum and Bailey to form one combined show. The Ringlings had bought them out a decade earlier, but ran the two circuses separately until after World War I. I have a lot of audio to accompany today's On This Day in History, and this is going to be the first one. 94 years ago today, in 1929, President Herbert Hoover installed the first telephone in the Oval Office. Of course, I have the recording of it.
How did your hair get in my butt?
Wow. How about that, huh? Sounds a little feminine. Maybe it was a woman there? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay. 87 years ago today, 1936, Adolf Hitler received 98.8% of the votes in Germany's national elections. 62 years ago today, in 1961, the 23rd Amendment to the Constitution gave the people who live in Washington, D.C. the right to vote in presidential elections. 50 years ago today, in 1973, the United States withdrew their last troops from Vietnam. 49 years ago today, the unmanned U.S. space probe Mariner 10, launched by NASA in November of 1973, becomes the first spacecraft to visit the planet Mercury, sending back close-up images of the planet. 48 years ago today, 1975, Led Zeppelin had all 6 of their albums on the Billboard Top 200 chart at the same time. Of course, at number 124, Led Zeppelin 3. 116 was Led Zeppelin. Number 104 on the chart was Led Zeppelin 2. Number 92 on the chart, Houses of the Holy. Number 83, Led Zeppelin 4. And the number 1 Physical Graffiti was on the top 200 Billboard chart. How about that, huh? 6 albums.
That's amazing. Amazing.
Here's another piece of amazing information. Greek's ears are going to perk up here in a minute. 41 years ago today, 1982 was the year. A 19-year-old freshman makes a 16-foot jump shot with just 15 seconds to go, God bless, on the clock. That would seal up the NCAA basketball championship for the North Carolina Tar Heels. That person was none other than Michael Jordan. 36 years ago today, 1987, at the peak of Hulkamania in front of 93,173 fans at the Pontiac Silverdome, Hulk Hogan body slammed 520-pound Andre the Giant to retain the WWF title at WrestleMania 3.
Marijuana.
31 years ago today, in 1992.
I was like, I'm confused. What's happening?
That's for the next one.
Oh, okay.
I was a little premature there.
Got it.
Fill in the blank. 31 years ago today, in 1992, President Bill Clinton admitted that he experimented with
marijuana.
There we go.
a time or two while attending Oxford University. He said, quote, "I didn't inhale and I didn't try it again." 29 years ago today, Jimmy Johnson leaves the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
27 years ago today, in 1996, Pamela and Tommy Lee sued Penthouse for $10 million. They were asking a judge to stop the magazine from marketing the stolen home video showing them getting it on. They failed. We won. 24 years ago today, in 1999, the great one, Wayne Gretzky, scored the final goal of his career, and he retired at the end of that season. And finally, 17 years ago today, 2006, Tom Jones was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. And that's what happened on this day, March 29th, in our history.
Very cool, Jimmy. That Michael Jordan thing is unbelievable, too, because I think that game, I do remember, he missed like 6 shots before that.
He was not really having a great night. But then when they went into the timeout, he said to Dean Smith, "Give me the ball, I'll hit it."
And it's kind of weird, just like reading things like that and knowing what the game is like today. Okay, so when he hit that shot, there was 15 seconds left on the clock. That's an eternity in the NBA today, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I think we can. I'm not a huge fan, but I mean, 15 seconds, you can easily score 10 points. It seems like in today's game. But back then, I guess they rebounded, threw back in, and then he got picked. Somebody from the other team got picked. So, and then they dribbled it out, and that was the end of it. But how about that? A freshman.
Yeah, and I believe they beat Georgetown.
Georgetown, that's right. It was Georgetown.
Patrick Ewing.
Yep. Now you mentioned it.
But amazing that he did that. Last night on late TV, there was a couple funny situations on there. Hugh Grant was on Steve Colbert, and he was talking about he misses the old days where people would go out after things and shows and movies and just hang out with their co-stars and fall in love and have a good time. He said now nobody does that. They just go home and get on Twitter and social media. So he misses that. Hugh Grant, he cracked me up. Ben Affleck was on Jimmy Kimmel last night, and he was talking about, his Grammy situation. He goes, I wasn't mad. He goes, that's just my face sometimes when I'm just checking out the moment. He goes, but everybody thought I was mad. It was pretty funny. And I guess Matt Damon and Jimmy Kimmel have a little bit of a feud going for 20 years. I don't know if it's real or not. I can't tell. I don't think anybody could tell. But it's been going on for a long, long time.
I think it's a joke.
Yes.
Who is it? Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. They have a back and forth that they've been doing for years. I think they're buds and they're just having fun.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think it's a joke too, but you never know. But it has been going on for 20 years. It started a long time ago. I guess he was on Jimmy Kimmel, and they ran out of time to interview him, and then they have just kept it going for 2 years.
Boy, that's an old bit.
Yeah, but it's still going on now.
Yeah.
Because last night they had to call him. And, Ben was like, let's call him and let's ask him about the movie because they just had this new movie come out called Air. It is the true story of Michael Jordan when he got signed by Nike in, I believe, 1984.
Did you see that there are talks about doing a sequel to Good Will Hunting? And I don't know if it's because I don't know if people are talking about it because this movie has been. Well, I know Ben Affleck is he's not in it, right? I know Matt Damon is.
No, Ben Affleck's in it.
He's in it too?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe it's the two of them again working together on a movie. But I saw yesterday that there's rumors about it. And I'm like, but why?
A remake or
a sequel?
To it?
Yeah.
Maybe later in years what they turned out to be.
Such a good movie. It's one of those movies you can absolutely leave alone and not have a sequel
to.
You
almost feel like it's going to ruin it. It'll ruin the original almost.
Absolutely.
Right?
So
right?
I hope it's just a rumor.
Yeah, Ben Affleck plays the owner of Nike.
Okay.
And then Matt Damon plays this guy who is a huge gambler and involved in the sneaker industry. And he got a lot of connections with basketball players. I think Sonny Vaccaro is who Matt Damon plays.
Yeah, because they took a chance on Jordan, right? That's the premise of the movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And it was really them, Jordan and his mother and father taking a chance on Nike. Because in '84, they weren't known for sneakers.
Right.
Not sneakers, basketball sneakers, excuse me. So it was both up-and-coming things and how they ended up getting him. I don't know who plays Michael Jordan. That I'm not sure.
Did Nike make him or did Jordan make Nike? I'd say Jordan probably more made Nike.
I think Jordan was just so phenomenal when he came out of school. People didn't realize how good he was going to be. He was very good in college. The campaign was great with Spike Lee. And when he was involved with those. So everything just worked out. Sometimes it just happens. Again, Jordan still gets $95 million or $100 million a year from them. That's not bad to keep, that's a pretty good contract from 84 to now.
Better than being stuck with Kanye, right?
Yes. That was almost 40 years ago. And the Air Jordans keep coming out. People buy them all the time. When they come out, they're a hot item. I know a lot of guys who collect them and older guys too, like in their 50s.
Did you see? We didn't talk about it yesterday, I don't think. Did you see those stupid sneakers? Did we talk about the forwards and backwards?
No, we didn't, but I saw them.
Oh, my God.
You had it on your list. I saw them, too. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Go ahead, Freddie.
They are so dumb. So if you've not seen these yet, I just don't know. But somebody will buy them, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Somebody will buy them. There are sneakers out there that it's exactly what I said. You can wear them forwards and you can wear them backwards. Mm-hmm. And they are absolutely horrendous looking. But so are some of those Yeezys that people wear. They spend a lot of money on. Yeah, there's a fashion brand in New York. They invented new shoes that you can wear backwards because, hey, why not? So no matter which end you put your foot in, it's still functional footwear. Yep.
Which way are we going? We don't know.
They said if you wear them like normal, they're an open-toed sneaker.
Yeah.
That's pretty weird in itself, an open-toed sneaker, right? And if you wear them the other way, they're basically sandals. But it looks like you've got your shoes on backwards. Yeah, they're called BWD shoes, short for backwards, I'm assuming. And it's a company that's pronounced Mischief. We've heard of them before, MSCHF. I think they've done...
That does sound familiar.
Yeah, they've done something silly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess they specialize in weird footwear.
Well, it's weird, right?
It is.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen, they're the same company, and I've seen celebrities wear them that are and posting pictures. These big red boots. They almost look like cartoon character boots. Have you seen them? Like you see some celebrities, like they're going viral.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're wearing them for fashion or just to poke fun at them, but they're ginormous. Like they swim on people's feet and legs. They're these big red boots that are kind of all over social media. So the same people who've done that. But yeah, not as expensive as Yeezys. So if you want the new backward shoes, it'll cost you $135.
Wow.
That's it.
That's a lot.
$135.
That's like those hats the ball players wear.
The giant hats.
Yeah, they're huge, and they wear them once in a while.
Yeah, that got popular for about 15 seconds.
Yes, it did.
And then they went away. So
Yeah.
who wore one? Somebody wore one, and that's
the
what,
NFL. It was a player, I think.
When it was a player though.
Yeah.
It was somebody specific, right?
Yeah, I think somebody on Washington. I'm not 100%
who?
sure.
Yeah.
It was somebody in the NFL. Ended up wearing them, and for a while they did.
Based around something happened. I don't know what it was. Maybe you went on a late night show, or he did Saturday Night Live or something, and he had it on, and all of a sudden they got like mega orders for it, and then it just kind of died away. I haven't heard anything about it since.
It did fizzle out right away.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think it was a player on Washington.
Okay.
And I'm not 100% sure, but I do remember the whole thing, and it was a big.
I thought that fad was going to stick around for a little bit. I really did, because they're kind of neat looking when you look at them. Yeah. I mean, it's like the old, kind of picture the old 10-gallon cowboy hat, right? They were kind of a novelty back in the 80s or something like that.
But those actually fit your head. It was just the rim of it that was really big, right? Mm-hmm. These don't fit your head.
I thought they did. I thought it was the same type of concept.
They kind of just like...
There was foam or something on the inside of it. They would hold it around
to hold your head in,
and then it was giant around it.
Possibly. I've never tried one on. It looked like it just kind of just sat large on your head, but you could be right, so it doesn't move around.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing.
It could have something like that.
If it fits the way you're describing, I mean, it would constantly be in your face, I would think.
It would just kind of bounce around.
Yeah,
You'd be like a bobblehead.
I thought that was going to be big with kids.
Yeah.
Like young kids and stuff like that. I really did. I thought you started seeing it at all the stadiums.
Yep.
Because I thought it would be a hassle if you sat beside somebody.
Exactly. It would be a problem.
I was going to say, how
school with
annoying.
them,
But going to a game or something and you got big head in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you mind taking off your hat?
Excuse me. Down in front.
That happened at the Oscars. There was a lady that was there, and a lot of people complained, I guess, about her outfit.
It was her dress. Yeah, it had this big, elaborate kind of like thing that was coming back from her collar, like almost like a peacock kind of thing.
You couldn't see.
And yeah, she was blocking. She was obstructing a lot of people's view from her dress. Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, there was nothing they could do. That's what she wore, obviously. But yeah, it was big. But if those hats, if you're sitting in front of them, if you're at any kind of a game or a stadium, wherever you're at, concert, and there's somebody big in front of you, you're screwed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you really are. I mean, especially if it's somebody, 6'8", 6'5", and they're sitting down, then you stand up, and then the guy behind you or the woman behind you says something, and then everybody ends up standing up. 877-927-6969. We opened up with situations and relationships. Well, maybe you're not sure you're in one of these things. And if you were ever in that, let us know. Call us. Maybe you're on the side of, hey, I'm just not going to, say what this is. This is we hang out whenever it's convenient for both of us. You give us a call. You could text us, or you could also email Jimmy and let us know. And again, FAU 300-1 before this started. Do you know anybody who has a ticket for them to win it all? I would love to hear about it. I know a couple guys who have some pools going, and they're very excited because they picked FAU to make the Final Four. They have a chance to win it all. So let us know if there's anybody that you know who has the FAU Owls or the Canes, either one. Love to hear about that. Love to hear those stories where somebody putting in $100 or whatever it is, and it's got a big payoff coming at you, which is always good. It is the Penthouse on Real Radio. We always appreciate you guys listening. Today at 11:45, we got tickets for you for a concert. We always do it every day at 11:45. Tortuga, 3-day pass. We're making it happen for you. Always appreciate you guys listening to us on Real Radio. I know, Franny, when we come back, you got some stories about Florida. What is in the hose?
Okay. Well, we have a pretty itchy situation. There was a guy caught hiding in insulation. I'll let you know where that was. Yeah. We also have a woman accused of double murder tries to get an inmate to kill a witness. Dun, dun, dun. And crazy video that happened down in Brickell. You can get a sneak peek right now, realradio921.com. on the Penthouse blog. And I have a groom who people are really upset with, saying you humiliated your bride with some pretty vulgar vows. We'll get into all the details when we get back on Real Radio 92.1.
Hey, it's Rover. Catch Rover's Morning Glory weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on Real Radio. Just tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Jennifer Collins. A mix of sun and clouds for this afternoon as temperatures remain in the lower to middle 80s. We'll see the chance for a late day shower. Otherwise comfortable tonight with lows in the middle 60s. Not as warm to end out the week. Temperatures in the lower 80s Thursday and Friday under mostly sunny skies.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Did you know the modern supermarket can trace its roots back to one place? Piggly Wiggly. We'll have their story. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get
the power of a cut above.
Decades of expertise to transform your home from so-so to virtuoso.
The power of neighborhood painters.
We live where you live and probably like the same pizza place you do. Put
the power of pro
to work for you today. Get your project started at CertaPro.com.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Trading in or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in 3 easy steps. 1. Get a free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with a check in about an hour. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
If you have an IRA or 401k, please listen closely. My name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. Throughout my career, let's just say I've been in some hairy situations. And I believe right now the biggest threat facing Americans is they need to protect their wealth, which is exactly what I'm doing for my wife and 6 kids. And I believe the ultimate safe haven is physical gold and silver. You can protect your hard-earned retirement assets with a tax-free loophole that allows you to convert your retirement into physical gold and silver. The folks I use are Advantage Gold, and believe me, I've investigated the heck out of all types of people. Advantage Gold is the nation's highest-rated gold company. They have the best process, pricing, and service. If you want to get your free gold and silver investment kit, please contact Advantage Gold right now, and you'll see how easy it is to protect yourself with precious metals. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
Place your bid and pay 30, 40, up to 50% less during our used car mega sale at Craig's End's pre-auction sales center. Choose from over 700 economy cars, family cars, sports cars, luxury cars, trucks, and sport utility vehicles at up to 50% less than their original MSRP. And all All qualifying vehicles are backed with a 30-day return policy for your peace of mind. Need credit? Get pre-approved in seconds online at preauctionsalescenter.com. Plus, we want to buy your car and pay you thousands more than it's worth. Pay up to 50% less during our used car mega sale at Craig's Inn's Pre-Auction Sales Center on 441 just south of Sheridan Street in Hollywood. Click preauctionsalescenter.com or call 844-MY-PRICE. Open till midnight.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
When you go to a place of business, that business has a legal duty to protect you from harm and injury. Yet many times people are attacked, raped, robbed, and even murdered because the business they trusted violated that duty. Sometimes the lighting is so dim or not lit at all so as to allow criminals to prey on that customer. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com or on your cell phone dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Bright Future Scholarships have been funding higher education in Florida for over 2 decades. Last year alone, more than $600 million was made available to Florida students. So don't miss out. Millions of dollars in Bright Future Scholarships are waiting for you. Make your money moves and fund your future today. Visit FloridaBrightFutures.gov to check eligibility and apply.
Bright Futures pays.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 4/4/23. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's Elliot in the morning.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Booker and Stryker.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
Alter Ego, are you ready?
All of the best free curated playlists.
Nobody does it better.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
Hey guys, this is Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Wrestling with Freddie podcast.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000. Awesome.
All of your favorite superstars.
We're the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
A heads up for a crash in West Palm. This is on the entrance ramp to northbound 95 from 45th Street. Could cause you a bit of a slowdown. Linton Boulevard, westbound. This is just west of 95. You have a crash, and that's moving a little under speed. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. For your guaranteed biggest refund and 50% off tax prep, switch to Jackson Hewitt. 50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
From the Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747.
And podcasts. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday, 11:45. That is in this hour. Your chance to win tickets to Tortuga, 3-day event that you guys will love. Great concert, great music, and there's a possibility you might see Franny there, so that makes it a win-win all around. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And, of course, good morning, Francis.
Hi, good morning.
And we have some interesting Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, let's start here. We have a Florida woman who is in jail right now on suspicion of a double murder. Well, police at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office arrested Fatima Garcia Vila following murders in Dover area, which is near Tampa. This was back in July of 2022. Well, she was apprehended alongside Daniel Negrit is his name, I believe, who was also suspected of being involved in the double murders. Well, according to our local news affiliate, CBS 12, police said a witness came forward months after her arrest and claimed that she was asking inmates at the Falkenberg Road jail to kill one of the key witnesses. In a Facebook post, the HCSO spokesperson said that Avila had been charged once again, and this time the statement read, a murder suspect is facing a new charge after attempting to solicit several inmates with the Falkenberg Road jail to kill a prime witness in her homicide. So this is a woman who has no regard for life other than her own, and she continues to prove that even behind bars. So she is doing a damn good job to stay in jail, looks like.
She doesn't want to get out.
And then, oh my goodness, what a scary situation. So deputies responded to what they call burglary in process at a house. They were told at the house that there was an unknown man that had walked in but never came out. They heard someone walking in the attic. They could hear footsteps.
Right.
A 5-gallon bucket was found under the attic, along with some debris in the floor. Sheriff's office said that deputies told the guy multiple times, come down and surrender. The guy wouldn't. He refused. Eventually, the deputies had to use non-lethal gas to force him out from the attic. However, even with the gas, he didn't come out. Then the deputies and a canine unit entered the attic and quickly found Bruce David buried under insulation with his face pressed against an air duct to breathe fresh air. They have photos from the scene. It is absolutely insane. All you see are like his hands and you just see insulation all over him.
Oof.
Yeah. He clearly was arrested after a search of a home. They saw a broken window, appliances in use, tools scattered throughout the residence were found. He has been charged with burglary and resisting an officer. This isn't his first time with the law. He has been charged. He has a pretty lengthy criminal history, including theft and multiple charges. But they think that he's been hiding out in that attic for that long. Like hiding out, I don't want to say that long, but for a while. Like that wasn't the first incident of him coming in. Like he was living in those people's attic.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, how scary is that?
Wow.
No rent.
And hiding in the insulation.
Hey, really? Let's get rent from them. Come on.
I got to charge you at least a half a month, bro.
And then this one is just an insane video. This is the one I was sending you to, realradio921.com. This is a different one. I have two. I have two, Jimmy. So this one is footage of the Brickell Bridge in Miami, has gone viral all over social media. I actually saw it in that Welcome to Florida that I follow on Instagram, and it was quickly picked up by the Miami News. There is a dude hanging on for life on the drawbridge as it goes up. Like he is at the top of it, and he is just hanging on. At one point, it even looks like he's like fist pumping in celebration while boats pass underneath him.
Oh, so he was doing it on purpose?
It is so frightening. Yeah, well, that's what they're thinking.
I know right where that
There's
is.
a bunch of clips. You can watch them right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go to realradio921.com and check that out.
Yeah, some have some pretty colorful language. If you click play, we might want to be careful. But yeah, it is insane. Different. There's the news piece on there. I have some TikTok videos that were posted. They said that when the guy wasn't arrested because by the time police arrived and the drawbridge went out, he already had fled the scene. At this time, nobody knows what led the Brickell Bridge climber to scale the bridge or if it was on purpose or on accident.
Oh, wow.
And he just got stuck up there.
Oh, he climbed up the the part you would drive on.
Yeah.
He climbed up it
He's
while
insane.
it was in the up position.
He is an insane person. So like I mentioned, they don't know if he got stuck or if this dude just did it on purpose.
Was
but
he okay?
It is all over. No, he fled the scene. They said he wasn't arrested. He should be arrested, but he wasn't.
The end of the video,
because
you see
he's
him
gone.
jogging down the roadway as it's closing.
Nobody knows who he is. Cops haven't found him yet. But a very crazy person. Now, this is another video on realradio921.com.
Keep it going.
And this is nuts. So a photographer, which I'm kind of surprised because he posted on his TikTok and he was like, I knew when I saw this because, you know, when you get your videos before the wedding and the pictures and stuff like that, the groom says it happened in Plant City, Florida, says something kind of vulgar. And then you see, and he was like, and that's when I knew this was going to be bad. And then he shows the video from the vows, from the actual ceremony itself.
Yeah.
And he whispers at at his bride, "You're screwed." I don't know if she realized how screwed she was. According to her, this is just how they are. They left Guest and his mother absolutely shocked with the things he said in his wedding vow. I was shocked. My jaw dropped. And Jimmy, you were there.
I thought it was romantic.
Only two things are required to keep me happy. Keep my belly full and my empty. So you're amazing at half of it. We really need to get you some cooking lessons. Even when my belly isn't full, there is no one I could ever love more in this lifetime, unless I actually get a chance to meet Margot Robbie. Since the beginning, I was always told life gets even better when the kids fall asleep and you tell me to come to the bedroom. Nothing's better than the sound of gagging and headboard slamming.
Michael.
Yeah, since you're so good at making decisions like marrying me, you can choose whether tonight's going to end with being a toaster, strudel, or a Twinkie.
Oh my God.
Alrighty. Being that I am his mom, I will deal with him later. He is grounded, by all means.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow is right.
Wow, that's bad.
Bad.
And embarrassing.
And those are his vows. And of course, the bride came to his aid because social media is like, that's so disgusting. I can't believe you put up with
How
that.
can he call her a Twinkie?
Blah, blah.
Yeah,
I mean, no, she gets to pick.
toaster
Either toaster strudel or a Twinkie. She gets to pick which one she wants to be that night.
All right, life's about choice.
So yeah, so everybody was going after her, slamming him about these humiliating vows. And she was like, she went on her own TikTok.
Yeah.
Her name is Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like,
she's got destiny, right?
She was like, I knew what I was getting myself into, claiming that her husband is too good for her. I'm so disgusted by this guy. And she basically reveals that this is kind of their sense of humor, and she knew what was happening, and that it was an amazing day for all. But if you want to see these vows,
I want to hear hers.
Right?
Must have been a good night.
So I have the unedited version on realradio921.com on the Penthouse blog. You can check it out there. And that is You're What the Florida.
While you're there, too, I posted a video of here's a way that you can get out. You ever get one of those boots on your car, on your tire?
Yes.
One of those parking
I
boots,
have.
right? Yeah. This person decided to just drive off with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think you could do that.
I don't think you can. Can you?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, really? Because I was always told you couldn't.
No.
Yeah.
Go to realradio921.com and you can see it. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
It was
I'm guessing he didn't go very far. That's just my assumption.
They
I don't know.
did.
Wow.
They got away, yeah. It ended up breaking off, actually.
Oh, really?
I would have. Yeah, I'd be too afraid to ruin my vehicle.
Yeah, I think it would break the rim. That happened to me one time.
Do all kinds of damage. Yeah, that's what I would expect, right?
Sure.
I mean, if even at best case scenario you get it to move or something, I would be afraid that it would kick up and hit, and just destroy your car, the fender and everything,
and break your rim.
Yeah, go to realradio921.com. Franny's got all those videos up there. The guy on the bridge, this great wedding vow, Jesus, and that's sarcasm, and of course that video of a guy driving off with a boot on his tire.
And I also would think, like, if you damaged it or ruined it, you probably get charged by the company.
Oh, I imagine,
know what I
whoever
mean?
it is going to get some sort of fine and penalty.
Yeah, that you got to pay for the boot, whatever, how much it is.
Of course, it's a Tesla driver. I'm just kidding.
Was it?
Yeah, it's a Tesla.
Oh, I didn't think it was a Tesla. I thought it was some.
It's self-driving. Nobody's really driving it. The car drove itself.
Ah, see, that's the
Yes,
problem. Yeah,
the car
it was
drove
getting
its-
repoed. It repoed
Yes.
itself. The car repoed
Yes,
itself.
that's what's
I
happening.
wasn't even there, Your Honor. I got to admit, I was at IHOP. I wasn't even there. It is the Penthouse. We're going to come back with a couple more crazy stories. Today is a crazy day, no doubt. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Did you guys ever have any friends growing up that had one of those Sphinx cats?
No.
Those are so strange.
I wanted one so bad.
Oh, they're so weird looking.
They're very. It's like if you removed a person's scrotum and then it got up and walked away. It does kind of look.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Jennifer Collins. A mix of sun and clouds for this afternoon as temperatures remain in the lower to middle 80s. We'll see the chance for a late day shower. Otherwise comfortable tonight with lows in the middle 60s. Not as warm to end out the week. Temperatures in the lower 80s Thursday and Friday under mostly sunny skies.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2023.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The world's greatest collector car auctions returns to Palm Beach, April 13th through the 15th. Experience Barrett Jackson at the South Florida Fairgrounds as hundreds of vehicles cross the block with no reserve. Explore the vast lifestyle marketplace, take a thrill ride, and more. This unforgettable automotive lifestyle event has something for everyone. Visit Barrett-Jackson.com today for tickets.
We're recording this Progressive commercial on a real boat to let people know that when you bundle your home, boat, and other vehicles...
What was that, Flo?
Progressive saves you money, Jamie.
Why are we doing this on a boat?
We were going for authenticity.
We're going to the city?
Authenticity.
You mean Atlantic City? But we're not in the Atlantic. Are we?
Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
And now Martha Stewart for Skechers. When I make a dish or embark on a craft project, I always use the finest, most fabulous ingredients and materials. Which is why, when it comes to footwear, I love Skechers. Because Skechers is the comfort technology company and uses the most luxurious, innovative materials and designs to make wondrously comfortable footwear with all the fits and features like Arch Fit and Skechers' world-famous air-cooled memory foam. It's exactly the way I'd make shoes.
Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Hey, this is Franny, and I had a buddy of mine tell me that his wife was poking fun of his forehead wrinkles and told him he needed some Botox. Well, of course, he was a bit hurt initially, but I told him that there's no shame for a man to get rid of unwanted wrinkles, and I know the perfect place to get Botox, or shall I say, Brotox. Begin a new med spa. And guys or girls, right now is the best time to go see their incredible medical professionals because Begin Anew is offering 20 units of Botox for $199. I've had Botox administered by Dr. Nicole, and I am so happy and impressed with her work. I will never go to anyone else. But if Botox isn't something you're interested in, Begin Anew offers some other specials that are fantastic. Weight loss programs, testosterone replacement therapy, body contouring, and lasers for almost everything, including hair removal and tattoo removal. And those specials, you can check them out at beginanewmed.com. That's beginanewmed.com.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
A heads up for a crash in West Palm. This is on the entrance ramp to northbound 95 from 45th Street. Could cause you a bit of a slowdown. Linton Boulevard, westbound. This is just west of 95. You have a crash, and that's moving a little under speed. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains.
These days, $10 doesn't get you very far. But with Brightline, guests can ride to Aventura Mall, try a new brunch spot in Boca Raton, or the next Miami Heat game. Brightline makes getting around South Florida easier than ever. Book your next ride at GoBrightline.com.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes,
Wherever you get your podcast.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday on 92.1 Real Radio. Thank you so much all the time. We bow wow to you. Thank you for giving us 4 hours a day and for us entertaining you. It sounds like it's a perfect team. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And good morning to Francis.
Hello, and good morning to you. No, I quickly just want to go through some text messages that we got.
Excellent.
At 47142, that is one way you can get in touch with us. You just have to start it off with Real Radio. So, Jimmy, you posted the video on our website, realradio921.com, of somebody who got booted.
Right.
And they drove off with the boot.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked out for them. But they said in reference to the boot, you have to pay the original boot fee plus $800 if the boot is damaged.
Sure.
I have a feeling a person like that who's driving away is like, nope, not paying that. The hats we were talking about, the big baseball hats,
Football
right?
hats.
The giant ones, yep.
Were they football?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were ball caps.
They were ball caps, but the one I saw
okay.
was a football player, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so I remember this, and thank you for reminding me. They were on Shark Tank. That's how they became popular. They originally went on there. The company is called Noggin, and they said, according to this text, that Mark Cuban invested in them.
Okay.
What else we got here? And then somebody wanted me to let you know, G-Man, that they said, tell Greek the beautiful Stephanie Valderrama from WPEC 12 News reported a reporter picked FAU to win the championship when she filled out her bracket at the beginning of the tournament.
Wow.
So
hats off to Stephanie.
there you go,
really.
Stephanie.
Way to be, Stephanie.
Uh-huh. And just one more thing here. Before we get to some stories, I just want to give you a heads up. We mentioned that yesterday because it's almost lunchtime, that today is Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. The local nonprofit, because I mentioned this is all across the nation.
It's amazing.
Over 200 nonprofits. Well, here, Palm Beach County, Treasure Coast, the nonprofit is the Quantum House. That is going to be where 100% of the sales are going to. So when you go there, and whether you get a sub, you get some chips, sandwich, you get the office catered, today, those sales, 100% of them are going to the Quantum House, which puts up loved ones and caregivers of patients from out of town who are being treated at local hospitals. So this is their 13th annual of doing the Day of Giving. And for the rest of the month, this has been the month of giving. You can make a donation to the Quantum House through the Jersey Mike's app, or you can go straight to the location and do that. But today is a day where you buy lunch, you buy anything there, 100% of it is going to the Quantum House.
That is really, really cool. Fantastic that they're doing that.
Yep.
And helping out.
Well, here is a business that took something that could have really been bad for them and turned it out to be a good thing. So you'll like this story in the end. The owner of a used car dealership in Wisconsin turned a weird misunderstanding into a good deed this month and got some great publicity, too. His name is Joe Green, and there's a little irony to this because there's a double entendre on the name coming up. But again, Joe Green, a popular name that I think a lot of people know in the sports world.
Yes.
From, of course, Mean Joe Green back in the day. Anyway, Joe Green owns a place called Budget Motors and started getting bad reviews this month, but didn't know why. So it's a used car dealership. And turned out that they were actually meant for another dealership that recently changed its name. And the reason why they did is because their Budget Motors ended up being, it was a garage. It was some sort of weird place. Somebody took their car there and they, for whatever reason, it doesn't really get into why, but they were caught on a video destroying somebody's driver's license. Okay. So a customer was there, left their driver's license behind. The people there were on video cameras shown that they destroyed it, and then they even urinated on the damn thing for whatever reason. So what ended up happening is that ended up getting leaked out onto social media. And what they did is they changed their name to Budget Motors, which is the same as this other guy's business. Okay. So that's why people saw the video. They were going online and leaving bad reviews for the wrong, quote unquote, Budget Motors, right? So when Joe heard about the other dealership, he found the woman that this happened to online and gave her a free car.
Oh, it's very nice.
Yes, a free car, I said, because he's a used car dealer, and then, of course, he has a garage as well. So, yeah, that's, he made lemons out of lemonade, I guess, nice. Right? He also made T-shirts that say, "Here are the real Budget Motors. We don't even tinkle on your driver's license." So he played off of it. He's selling T-shirts and merch for it, of course, because that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
But
they're probably moving out quick.
Great way. Here, you own a car dealership with your name. Somebody fairly close by, too. It wasn't that far away, but because it was within the proximity of this person. But can you imagine that? That's pretty wild.
It is, and it's amazing that they both had the same business with the same name, because usually you can't do that.
Well, he probably did it on purpose. Right? Small companies, because eventually something would catch up to them, and they went to try to find the people at the other dealership, and nobody was around, nobody answered, and so it's just some fly-by-night scammers. And I'm sure that they'll be able to try. Well, let's hope that they can track them down and punish those people. But this is, I figured I'd talk about the good side of things, where this guy turned something that could have really hurt his dealership. I mean, how many times I'm sure that's happened where another company has the same name as another. Again, when you talk about AT&Ts and Amazon, I mean, nobody's obviously going to copy those names.
Trademark.
But when you're talking about small businesses that are in town like that, a single business, single brick and mortar store, I'm sure that happens all the time.
Sure. I'm sure a lot of people don't even think about it to trademark it, because that's something you want to worry about, especially today with social media, when people put stuff out there. Maybe years ago it was a little different, but now where people can put, reviews or say things about a business, you don't want your name being linked to somebody who's not doing good business.
Yeah.
That's great, though. He did that. And very generous.
A lot of times, like on Google, if you leave a review at all, right, doesn't it send a notification to the business?
I think it does.
I think sometimes, so that they can immediately respond to it as well. And I think that's what happened in this case. He started seeing these, like, all of a sudden, what happened? I mean, because he's a legitimate business that really wants people to come back.
Sure,
and
of course.
You can see that obviously he's pretty good
Which
at it.
most businesses should, right?
Yeah,
if you're doing it right.
Think, right?
You would want your customers to come back.
I want you to come back.
Well, and the only reason why I kind of preface that is, this, you kind of have a bad impression on some of those, corner used car dealers, right? They have that bad reputation.
Bad stereotype, yeah. With those.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I kind of preface that.
But I think it's very nice that he did it. And like you said, he made a bad situation a good situation.
And he's got a customer for life. And
That's right.
probably picked up some other customers because of it. So sometimes it's worth doing things like that. You may end up eating the cost of a used car like that, but who knows what kind of business he'll end up getting from it.
And the good press.
Yeah.
Which is good, too. That's an added bonus.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We're going to come back with a trifecta. Franny's going to tell us something that parents should say to their kids, and also your chance to win tickets to Tortuga. We'll be back. Peace.
Got something to say? We'll listen.
Hello.
Call now. 877-927-6969.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Jennifer Collins. A mix of sun and clouds for this afternoon as temperatures remain in the lower to middle 80s. We'll see the chance for a late day shower. Otherwise comfortable tonight with lows in the middle 60s. Not as warm to end out the week. Temperatures in the lower 80s Thursday and Friday under mostly sunny skies.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members. Bring your community the fastest, most reliable fiber internet while saving up to 50%. With Blue Stream Fiber, your community gains a partner, not just another provider. Start the partnership at bluestreamfiber.com/radio today.
So I'm bullish on used cars right now. Go to my website, givemethevin.com, and you will get a great experience. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. Givemethevin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Open 7 days a week till 5 a.m. with the beautiful ladies. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. And on Fridays, they bring their fantasies to life. It's Fantasy Fridays at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Open till 5 a.m., 7 days a week. And beautiful girls, you can't beat it. Make sure you get over to Monroe's. Any night is a great night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Get ready for another busy season of grass cutting, shredding, loading, digging, or moving. Bobcat of Palm Beach offers an extensive lineup of tough Bobcat equipment that gets the job done. Stop in at 5731 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach or call 800-BOBCAT-0.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Cards issued by Celtic Bank, member FDIC.
Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's business cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 3.5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/free. Ramp.com/free. ramp.com/free.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
We have a car fire backing things up along the Turnpike right now. This is Turnpike northbound at Jog Road in West Palm. Right lane is blocked, and it is stop and go in the area. 95 northbound entrance ramp from Boynton Beach Boulevard. Some pieces of wood in the road and metal debris in the right and middle lanes northbound 95 by Glades Road in Boca. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with savings on select PCs powered by the latest 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Plus, get deals on select accessories and free shipping on everything. Save now by calling 877-ASK-DELL.
As many as half of workers battling cancer choose to hide their condition from their employers. It's time for those in charge to take charge. Together, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center and Publicis Group are urging companies worldwide to take a stand and pledge to help create a more open, supportive, and recovery-forward culture at work. Half of us will get cancer during our lifetime, but we all have a role to play. Sign the pledge today at workingwithcancerpledge.com and follow #WorkingWithCancer on social media.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Wednesday, 11:45. Big giveaway for you. And then WWGD later in the show, and I ruined some lives. Jimmy's here.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hey, what's up?
And now it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
He was number 3 in your program, number 1 in your heart. Dwayne Wade played for the Heaters, had a great career, and he's going to be in the Hall of Fame class of 2023. 3-time NBA championship he brought to Miami. It was Wade County. Played great from the first day he came out. Graduate of Marquette. He did very well in the March Madness when he was there. And Pat Riley, that's when he fell in love with him. Brought him down here. Played all his career with the Heat except for one season with the Chicago Bulls and came back and retired as a Miami Heat player. Great guy off the court, did a lot for the community, and happy that he's going to make the Hall of Fame class. Was part of the Big Three, which I think people remember for years to come, with Chris Bosh and LeBron James, and they made the NBA Finals 4 times in a row, won 2 and lost 2. So hats off to Dwayne. He's done a great thing for the organization. He's had a great career, much success and happiness for him. The NFL made an announcement yesterday, and they are now going to let players wear number 0. In the past, they never did that. They did it in the 70s. Guys wore 00, but never 0. So now they just announced that in the meetings that are being held in Arizona, that they are now going to let players wear number 0. And if you bet all 4 teams in a parlay for $100 to make the Final Four, guess how much you would have made? Connecticut was plus 500. San Diego State was plus 875. Miami was plus 2,000, and Florida Atlantic was plus 3,500. A $100 bet would have paid you $4.4 million. That is pretty good. That's a nice return on your money for $100. But again, who would have ever had those? There's probably not one ticket around with that. I don't know anybody who picked FAU. I was talking about them in January, that they were just a good team and covering the spread, but never did I think that they were going to go this far in the madness. So hats off to Florida Atlantic. And again, they're getting so much press. They're showing the campus all over the country, nationwide. Everybody's known who they are before this. A lot of people didn't know what it is. And a lot of the kids interviewed were like, hey, man, I want to go to Florida. The weather's great, and it's a good school. So hats off to Florida Atlantic and the Canes. You never know. We might have a South Florida finals on Monday night. And that is your trifecta for lunchtime. Peace.
Now, in this extremely crazy world we live in, I don't have to be a parent to know that it is extremely important to connect with your kids.
Yes.
It really is. And so there is a parenting expert out there who says that there's one particular phrase that every parent should say to their kids, especially young kids. And they call this a trick for you to connect with them in 5 seconds. If you're having a hard time maybe getting any kind of connection, emotions, having them to talk to you, whatever it may be. So they're the phrase that they are, and it's a very simple phrase, is that you should say this when you're talking to them. It can be really hard to be a kid, right? So you don't need to memorize it word for word. Anything close to that is fine. The point is to show them that you understand their point of view and you're on their side.
Oh, it's not this?
It's not that.
I thought it was that.
No,
Okay.
it's not that.
That was old school, which did work.
Not these days. Not these days. But yeah, it also tells them that life can be complicated even for kids, and that's normal, right? And it shouldn't be. Being a kid should be carefree, but unfortunately, it's not. And so, you're trying to connect with them, and you're trying to be empathetic, have sympathy, and also let them know, like, I know things may not be easy and it may be difficult because I don't think a lot of parents present it that way or think that, right?
No. Because, again, a lot of times in life, you know what you experience. Again, the whole social media is something so big. Like, even if somebody, for example, and I was talking to some people a couple weeks ago, say somebody doesn't get asked to a prom. Maybe you didn't know years ago, but now it goes on social media. Somebody gets beat up. Somebody doesn't make a basketball team. All stuff like that the whole world finds out, and it could lead to kids getting very upset and depressed. And that's difficult.
Yeah. So just according to this woman, she said it helps them feel seen. And hopefully if this happens and when they do feel seen, behavioral problems tend to improve.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's just it. That's just one saying. It can be really hard to be a kid, right? And like I said, you take it how you want to. You don't have to memorize it, but kind of their own version of that.
I think the biggest thing is connecting with the child. That's what I see is a lot of people don't do. They don't talk to the kid. They don't check them. They just leave them on autopilot, do things with them, and just don't ask them what's going on or really watch them that much. And again, this is a small group I'm around that I talk to people. And I think kids need to be checked. And also, what are you doing? What are you up to? How's school? Just really check on them and let them know that you care.
Be involved.
Yep, exactly right, Jimmy.
Be involved. I had a teacher say that to me when I was a kid, and it made a big difference in my life. Those exact words, as a matter of fact, the exact words that Franny said. It's not always easy being a kid. Mm-hmm. A lot of kids feel like adults don't hear that, and adults don't think that. And I'm not saying let kids run amok. Believe me. I mean, you're the parent. You've always got to be the parent, and the adults have to be the adults, and they have to set the rules. And I'll never waver from that. But every now and then, I mean, especially you're not your parent. As the parent, you're not your child's friend. It's something that we've said on this. But having that empathy, having that showing that what they say can mean something at times really makes a big difference to a child's life. Believe me, I've been in that. I've been down that road.
I agree 100%. No doubt about it. But again, spending time with them, show them that you care, and ask them what's going on in their life, no matter what is going on. And making time for them, too, no matter how busy you are. Everybody's busy, but it's your child. And you should definitely spend time with them and find out what's going on.
Yeah, and also, kind of going on a little bit of a lighter note, find out if they're washing their damn hands. I don't know if you saw this.
Oh, boy.
But in a new survey of adults when they were kids, they admitted to this, that they would pretend to wash their hands. So the claim is,
do that.
Yeah, right? It's disgusting. Why pretend? If you're going to turn on the faucet and you're going to do whatever, do the damn thing. And I've actually, my niece, right? And now she's better at it, but my sister, like before bed or before dinner or whatever, she'd tell her to go wash her hands or brush her teeth. She'd go in the bathroom and she'd be back out in like 2 seconds. She was like, I know you didn't do that.
Sink is bone dry.
Yeah, in a matter of seconds. Like, I know. She'd be like, go back in there. And she did, and we didn't watch her, but she probably just turned on the faucet and sat there. But she's better at it. But that's just how kids are. They say it's classic kid behavior. And they just, for some reason, pretend it takes the same type of effort as it actually would to wash your hands, but for some reason they don't.
Adults too. Both ways.
I know.
It just happens. They just walk in, walk out.
Get it together.
I got to get back out there. I got to get back in the world. I'm busy.
They said dads are actually more gullible when they were talking about this. 60% of fathers say that they think their kids do wash their hands most of the time, while only about 51% of mothers agree to that. But yeah, double check on your kids because they're lying to you.
Dad's telling you to rub dirt on it.
Right.
Spit on your hand. You're fine.
Mom's the one yeah,
just get out there. You're okay. Don't worry about it. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. If you had any situation with your child that maybe you wanted to, share with us, or something that you said or something that you helped, and the kid came back and said, hey, you know what? I appreciate that. Let us know. Always want to know about the kids are the future. Remember that. Whether you believe in them or not, some people, but they definitely are. But I think spending time is the most important thing, and that you could do with a child, and just show them that you care, spend the time. And like Jimmy said, just let them know, like, hey, you know what? I care about what's going on. Because a lot of times kids don't get that. And a lot of times kids are starving for that in a lot of ways. And love. You'd be surprised. You just can't throw them stuff and buy them stuff. You got to share experiences and love. 877-927-6969. You can also text us, Real Radio 47142. Or you can email Jimmy. Jimmy at realradio921.com. Jimmy at realradio921.com. Do you want to give away tickets for Tortuga?
Yeah, let's give away a pair of 3-day general admission passes to the Tortuga Music Festival. That's coming up April 14th through the 16th in downtown Fort Lauderdale, right on the beach. Eric Church is going to be there. Kenny Chesney's going to be there. Wiz Khalifa, the Wallflowers, and many more bands are going to be there. You can also go and get some more details at realradio921.com. You can enter a chance to win there as well. Look under the giveaways that we have up there. Andrew's always got all kinds of prizes up there, and all you got to do is register to win, and it's just super simple like that. You can win a pair there. But, hey, give us a call right now, 877 look at that. The phone lines are already full.
Of course they are.
Haven't even given a phone number out yet.
Everybody wants these tickets.
877-927-6969. Almost fruitless to give the number out.
I know.
We're going to play a little game called He Said, She Said. It's super simple. I'm going to read a quote, and you got to let us know, did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? I'm going to line some people up, so I'll be right back.
There you go. And I got a couple texts that came in the text line at 47142. Start off with Real Radio. Somebody says, urinating on driver's license. Damn, someone else has my fetish. All right, we don't knock anybody here, to each his own. And then we have, hey guys, Google reached out to me several years ago and asked if I would be a free Google guide. Basically, because I drive an 18-wheeler locally, they saw that I travel a lot every day. So my comments and photos kind of get priority over others. I've never heard this before. They said, anyway, during the COVID pandemic, I went through Checkers, and the girl at the window had on her mask, but the two guys cooking have them under their chins.
Okay.
So I left a bad review. And within 24 hours, the owner replied to me and said he was going to correct the situation and thanked me for posting. Sometimes it works.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. You see it with a lot of different companies like airlines.
Yes, they should fix the situations. That's what they should do. But you've heard other situations where the owner gets offended.
Oh, yeah.
And just goes and does something crazy.
Yeah, and gives you the number one.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends what company it is. If certain situations happen, sometimes you'd be surprised really quick.
Yep.
People respond.
And we were talking a little bit of parenting. There's one certain saying that a parenting expert said you should ask your children. So we have a couple parents chime in. It says, I raised both my daughters as a single dad, and my connection was, I will love you no matter what you do. So that is from one single father. Thank you for texting that. And then we have somebody else that says, I've always told my kids that you don't have to be a part of the solution, but try hard not to be a part of the problem.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're both very good. And again, it's very hard to raise children today.
Yep. And then we have somebody who says, don't forget, today is National Vietnam War Veterans Day. So
thank you.
Thank you, yes, for your service.
All right, you guys ready to give away a prize?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. We have a pair of 3-day general admission passes up for grabs for the Tortuga Music Festival, and we are starting the contest today with Rob. Rob, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, guys. How's everybody doing today?
Doing great, Rob. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
How long have you been listening to Real Radio?
Long time, 15 plus years maybe.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, you certainly deserve a pair of tickets to the Tortuga Music Festival, 3-day general admission passes. Let's see if we can get you hooked up with that said pair of tickets. I'm going to read you a quote, Rob. Just let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? All right?
Yes.
All right. Here is your quote. It goes up and down, up and down. I'll read that again. It goes up and down, up and down. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
Greek said it.
Sorry, that was Miss Francis. And that's this one right here. Nope, not that one. Where'd it go?
Just up and down, up and down.
Up and down, up and down. Unfortunately, that's Miss Francis.
Sorry about that.
Not sure what it was. But anyway, sorry about that, Rob. Next up, we have John. John, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, what's up, guys?
John, how are you today? Thank you for always listening to Real Radio. And how long have you been listening?
Oh, Greek, I've been listening for about 5 years.
Nice. All right.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of tickets to Tortuga. I'm going to read you a quote. John, you got to let us know. Greek, Franny, or I, who said it? All right, buddy?
All right.
All right, here you go. Well, don't swallow it. Well, don't swallow it. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
I'll say Franny said it.
Sorry, that was me. Well, don't swallow it.
These are tough.
Got a couple new ones here today, so we're throwing some people off.
I know, I'm not getting them right either.
All right, next up we have Eric. Eric, welcome to the Penthouse.
Thank you.
Thank you. How long have you been listening to Real Radio, Eric?
Oh, 6 years or more.
Nice. All right. Well, for 6 years of loyal listening, let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of tickets to Tortuga Music Festival. Here is your quote, Eric. So how would I slide that in? So how would I slide that in? Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
I'm going to go with Greek.
That's right.
Nice job.
Greek's the one who wants to know how you slide it in, and it sounded like this.
So how would I slide that in?
Yeah, how would I get it in there? All right, nice job, Eric. All right, I'm going to put you on hold. Now, if you would, hang tight. We're going to go to break here in a couple of minutes. I'm going to come back on the line off air, get a little more info from you, and we'll get you set up with those tickets. Okay, buddy?
Sounds good.
All right, there you go. That's how you do it. Eric is our big winner for today. 2 tickets to Tortuga Music Festival.
Thank you, Jimmy, for your help. Great success and good call by Eric. Thank you so much.
Don't swallow it.
877-9.
Slide that in.
877-927-6969 is the number to call. If you ever been in a situation, in a relationship, and didn't even realize you were in it. We started the show by saying nobody wanted to really commit to anything. You're just hanging out when it's convenient. And then maybe one day you woke up and said, hey, I'm really not in a relationship. Let us know about that. Give us a call. The Marlins open up tomorrow. Baseball is back. 2023. The Marlins will be taking on the New York Mets down in Miami. So if you want to check out the Marlins, get down there. Remember, you can hear the Marlins on our sister station, 1230 The Gambler.
I do want to give a little heads up. Our buddy Joel Malkin with WJNO, he always sends us an email that has some informative stuff that's going on in our area. And it started at 11, but it goes on until 2. If you are interested, the Palm Beach County School District is hosting a job fair at the South Florida Fairgrounds. That is today until 2 p.m. They said the district is hiring teachers and non-instructional staff like cafeteria workers and bus drivers. So that's at the South Florida Fairgrounds. It's going on now until 2 o'clock. So if this is something that you're interested in, if you're looking a job with the Palm Beach County School District, there you go. Just make sure you're prepared. Dress to impress. Bring a pen. Bring your resume. Bring all the things.
Yeah. Don't wear shorts. Wear long pants. Try to look like an adult and be on time, too. That's the other thing. So there it is. A little bit of help for you guys for a job fair if you want to get involved with the school district, if you are looking for a job. 877-927-6969 is the number to call. You can also text us. Put in Real Radio first, 47142. And also, you can email Jimmy. Jimmy at realradio921.com. Those are the numbers and ways to get involved with the show. Always appreciate you guys getting involved with us on all aspects of the show. Had a little bit of some parenting advice. And Elon Musk, whether you like him or not, he is the one of the wealthiest guys in this country. Now, his first business card is hitting auction. His first company that he worked with a long, long time ago is going to hit auction. And they think the card will go for about $20,000. So if you're interested in his first business card, it's amazing what the stuff that people find and what they look. It was Zip2 was the company. His first business card hits auction. They think it's going to go for about $20,000. Now, maybe you think I could buy this, hold it, and maybe down the road it will go for more. And maybe he does some different things in his life, or maybe he just gets bigger and bigger, or something to do with Twitter. But for $20,000, that's what they're thinking that it's going to go for.
I'll tell you who made a lot of money. Did you see that Brad Pitt just sold his house in the Hollywood Hills? Now, he bought this house from the previous owner, Elvira.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Isn't she the Princess of Darkness, right?
Yeah,
Is that what they call
correct.
her?
Yeah.
So back in 94, he purchased this house for $1.7 million from
I can't even imagine
Elvira.
this number.
And he just sold it for $39 million, which is pretty damn impressive.
That's not bad.
Oh, no, not at all.
Brad's doing okay.
Cassandra Peterson.
Yes, that is her real name. You are correct. But yeah, the estate was built in 1910 by an oil baron. And they say there's a lot of history to it. Said it's also the place where Jimi Hendrix wrote May This Be Love. He lived in the house for many years with Angelina Jolie along with their 6 kids. And then since then, he scooped up several lots adjacent to the estate over the years. And so he's been heavily involved in designing, building new structures, remodeling old ones, all kinds of stuff. So he pretty damn good on that one.
I wonder if she gets anything out of that situation.
I'm guessing not. If it's saying he sold it, he probably ended up getting that house.
Yeah.
Well, he bought it from her? Or did he?
No,
he's saying with Angelina Jolie is what he's saying.
Because they lived there and when they were married.
Mhm.
He probably had a prenup.
It's got a skate park, a ballroom, movie theater, motorcycle garage, a stone house, koi pond, all kinds of fun stuff. They said it's very private because he put all kinds of lush landscaping around.
What's a stone house?
A stone house?
Didn't you just say that?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Good question.
Is that where you get stoned?
Yep, that's exactly what happens in a stoned house.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's their stone around the house.
A stone house. I was like, you see it, you're looking for a house. Oh, we have a side stone house.
It has a stone house and a huge koi pond. I don't know.
Stone houses are environmentally friendly structures that display an aesthetic sense of its owner. Easily available, stone can be considered as one of the most durable construction materials. So I guess it's just the fact that it's made out of stone.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a little side house, guest house, because it's talking about it with the koi pond. They put it in the same. So
one of those rare times that it's actually as it says, right?
Yeah.
It's just a house made out of stone.
It's made out of stone.
So that's on the property. That's not the house itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is a stone house that's on the property. There it is.
I mean, I've seen stone facing. I mean, that's very popular years and years ago.
And I'm sure Brad might have got stoned there once or twice.
Well, that might have something to do with it.
Yeah. $38 million he made. That's a nice profit.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
I mean, he didn't get asking. He did put it up for like 45 or something like that.
Oh, he got screwed.
But he's doing okay.
You buy it for $2 million, you sell it for $39. That is unbelievable. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We're going to come back with some fun facts and a lot more in the 12 o'clock hour. Peace.
This is Real Radio 92.1, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart Radio app. Number 1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Jennifer Collins. A mix of sun and clouds this afternoon with highs in the low to mid-80s and the chance for a shower through this evening. Then comfortable tonight with overnight lows in the 60s and 70s at the coast with a few passing clouds by Thursday morning. Lower humidity for the end of the week with highs in the low 80s on Thursday and Friday.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2023.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Example 2022 Corolla LE, 36-month lease, 12K miles per year, 10,000 to its signing. Includes new tag and first payment. No security deposit required, plus tax on approved credit.
It's a massive 2022 sell-off at Toyota of Hollywood. Truckloads of 2023 Toyotas are arriving daily. So now we're selling all remaining Toyotas at our absolute lowest prices. Like a pre-owned 2021 Camry SE, not $32,000, $23,775. A pre-owned 2021 Corolla LE, not $24,000, $16,775. Or lease a new 2022 Toyota from just $149 a month. $149 a month. Or buy with zero down. It's a massive 2022 sell-off at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Prices exclude tax, tag, registration, and title. Offers include $8.99 dealer fee. Ends 1/15/23.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Manawak Caves is a brand new fiction podcast that marries supernatural horror storytelling with an immersive psychological thriller. Tune in to uncover the chilling story and secrets as old as the caves themselves.
Without monsters, there are no victims, no prosecutions, no defenses, no justice.
Listen to The Manawak Caves. That's MANTAWAUK Caves on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bright Future scholarships are available to all Florida students pursuing higher education after high school. And now, students with part-time jobs can use their hard work to qualify in place of volunteer hours. That means you can get cash for college every time you cash your paycheck. So don't ghost your funds. Get your Bright Future scholarship your way today. Visit FloridaBrightFutures.gov to check eligibility and apply.
Bright Futures pays.
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get the power of doing it right. Detailed project proposals, excellent customer service, and trusted professionals who get the job done on time and on budget. The power of experience. We're kings of the scaffolding and pros with the stucco. We've been there, done that. Get your project started at CertaPro.com and get the power of pro.
CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
All the radio stations you love, every playlist to match your mood, the podcasts that everyone's talking about. If it's on the iHeartRadio app, it's free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio. Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the fourth window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
and podcasts. You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you are back in The Penthouse on a hump day. It is a Wednesday. Hump day. March 29th. As I mentioned, this is a day of giving. So if you are thinking about, you know what do I want for lunch? How about a sub from Jersey Mike's? Because if you do that, 100% of the proceeds, the sales from your sub, your cookie, your chips, your soda, catering for your office, well, that's going to go to the Quantum House charities. They nationwide are donating to over 200 local charities. So if you're going to eat something, might as well have some good food and do some good. We know that Jersey Mike's is. This is Franny. Thank you so much for tuning into the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to you, Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And good afternoon to Greek.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you always for tuning into Real Radio. After us, it is the News Junkie, then the Greek Zone, and then Lex and Terry. They tie it all together. Now it is time for some fun facts.
It's Franny's Fun Facts. Well, today is a holiday all about the manatees, and I know we got a bunch of them here in Florida.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and I'm really sad. I've seen them up close and personal in the intercoastal waterways by the sandbar over at Peanut Island. I've seen them even canoeing, which was really cool because they weren't supposed to be in there, but due to flooding a few years ago, they ended up getting into Riverbend Park. It was a mama. Okay. It was a mama and her baby. But they made sure that they were doing okay, and they were actually eating pretty damn good because there was no other manatees to eat all the food that they were eating. But it's really cool if you see them. Manatees come from the Carib word, which is interesting. The manatee name is derived from manitai, a Carib term meaning breast or udder. And so that these docile creatures are also called sea cows. So yes, they're named after a breast or an udder. I guess, yep.
Sea cow, I've heard.
I have too. Manatees are the ocean's largest herbivores. Manatees live in coastal waters and rivers in the Caribbean, Amazon, and Western Africa. And adults can grow up to 13 feet long and weigh as much as 1,300 pounds. They can consume up to 10 to 15% of its body weight in vegetation each day. They also, because we think about them pretty, just chill and slow, they can swim up to 20 miles per hour. They use their powerful paddle-shaped tails. They can swim for short bursts up to 20 miles per hour. They kind of remind me of my bulldog, Lola. She is not much of a mover, but girl, that girl can sprint. It doesn't last long, but if you open that door, the front door, she would, and it's like, oh my God, where'd she go? And then she'll tire out after 30 seconds.
Can't even make it to the road. Thank goodness.
She's fast for a little bit. She's a land manatee, is what she is. More facts about manatees. We've heard this before that they actually back in the day, sailors, and I don't know, every time I hear this, I'm like, how? Sailors mistook manatees for mermaids.
Oh.
Yep. According to a ship log dated January 9th, 1493, Christopher Columbus said that on the previous day, he distinctly saw 3 mermaids, which rose well out of the sea, but they are not so beautiful as they are said to be, for their faces had some masculine traits. Columbus wasn't the only sailor to spot mermaids in the water. The reason they weren't as beautiful as he might have imagined, because they were manatees. It's so weird. I was like, maybe they were just going like a little crazy, hallucinating out there.
Never know.
Between the rum and lack of food, a lot of weed, yeah. They're like, maybe. mushrooms for sure.
Probably.
Made them hallucinate. Yeah, absolutely.
They've been on the ocean a long time.
Yep. Manatees,
Spain,
Manatees can actually hold their breath underwater for 15 to 20 minutes. They said they usually surface every 3 to 5 minutes with a single breath. Manatees can replace 90% of the air in their lungs. Humans, by comparison, replace just 10% when we one single breath. You'll be arrested for harassing a manatee. Back in 2012, there was a woman who was riding a manatee. She got arrested. They are protected by the Federal Marine Mammal Protection Act and Florida Manatee Sanctuary Act, which states that it's against the law for any person at any time, by any means or in any manner intentionally annoy, molest, harass, disturb, or attempt to to molest, harass, or disturb the endangered animal.
Not even really supposed to touch them, right? I mean,
You're
even if they
not.
come up, beside your boat or anything like that. Like if you wanted to pet them, thinking it's a nice thing, right? You're not even really supposed to do that. I think.
Yeah, you're really not supposed to. And they do have places where like sanctuaries and stuff like that where you can. But yeah, out in the wilds, you are not supposed to. Manatees are actually closely related to elephants. Manatee's land-based cousin is an elephant.
Where do they keep the trunk?
They share a heart shape that is share a heart shape that is rounded on the bottom. Most animals have hearts that come to a point on the bottom.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm sure we've heard this. Boats are one of the Florida manatee's biggest threats.
Sure.
So be careful, especially slow no wake zones when you see manatees. Definitely follow the signs and the rules on the waterways. And then finally here, manatees have the smallest brain of all mammals in relation to body mass. They said, but don't call them stupid. According to a 2006 article in the New York Times, a neuroscientist at the University of Florida said manatees are as adept at experimental tasks as dolphins, though they are slower moving and have no taste for fish and are more difficult to motivate, but they are still smart. They said, don't look at the size of their brain and think that they're not smart animals, because they said that they are just as smart as dolphins. They just move a bit slower. And that is your fun facts for the day.
Thank you, Francis. We do it once a show, 12:05. We get a lot of facts that are going on and maybe ties into the day we're actually in, and then Franny gives them to you. We do talk a lot about people saying they are in good shape and what they need to do and how many times they need to go to the gym. There's an article I was reading. I was surprised at the amount of time in this one article. And again, every article is different, every situation, every study. They were saying 2.5 hours at least a week to be considered that you are in good shape as an American. I don't think that's a lot of time. We're going to go to our expert, aficionado, in working out. Do you think 2.5 hours a week is a lot?
Do I think it's a lot?
Enough to be in good shape.
Well, it's kind of close to what they recommend, which is 150. Well, yeah, that is. You said 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what they recommend. I'm like doing the math in my head. Yeah.
Half hour a day?
Yeah.
For 5 days?
That's what they recommend. 150 minutes.
Okay.
Is recommended for a week. So you either do that, 30 minutes, which is very easy to do 5 days a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take a couple days off. You can spread it out, but that's what they recommend. And to keep your weight and to build mass, yes, about 150, moderate kind of intensity, and recommended, which I do more than that, a couple days of strength training.
Okay. On an average, what do you say you're in the gym? Probably a lot more than that, right? At least an hour a day?
Yeah, maybe just a little over. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been better. Like I was going 6 days a week. And I was noticing like burnout and stuff and not letting my body rest enough. So now I'm only there 5. But yeah, I'm there a good amount of time. over 300 minutes a week.
Yeah. I mean, they're saying 30 minutes a day for 5 days, taking 2 days off. But every day you want to take off.
That's what's recommended.
Yeah. I thought it would be a larger amount than that. And
I think that's what a lot of people think, so they get intimidated. I mean, it really is only that many minutes is what's recommended. As I mentioned, you could 30 minutes 5 days a week, or you can break it up however you want to.
Mm-hmm. And they also said what you just did. If you have a routine, it does help you because you're going, say, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, take off Friday, whatever. It helps for most people if they have a routine. They keep it going, and it keeps you in good shape. And obviously, you want to be in good shape for your health because that is what we all need is good health. Health is the most important thing. But yeah, 2.5 hours a week. So if you do that, you're in good shape. If you don't, maybe you could add. If you do more than that, then you might be like, wow, I was surprised.
I might watch your caloric intake, though, too.
Well, I think for everybody, like you said, it's a different thing of what you do. And like Franny's helped me with different things that she's told me of what you're doing. Certain days you should do one thing and, maybe, just I got the habit of just doing a couple of the same exercises.
Same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
You should try to.
And you got to.
It's okay being consistent with that, but not every single day, right?
Yeah,
you can do that same workout a couple days a week or every week or whatever. But yeah, and as Jimmy mentioned, where they say muscles and weight loss and everything, it's built in the kitchen. It's true. Nutrition is definitely very important.
And a lot of people think, again, I'm talking people that I know or guys that if I go to gym that I could eat anything. And a lot of times you can't.
No.
You can't go out and eat,
Thus my comment.
Yeah.
Caloric intake matters. I mean,
And believe me, there's some lucky bastards that can. I used to date one. He could eat whatever he wanted and he still had 6-pack abs.
Sure.
Like, damn you.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most parts, yes.
You got to watch.
Yeah.
It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We got a lot more coming at you today, and we got WWGD at 1:35. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Did you guys ever have any friends growing up that had one of those Sphinx cats?
No.
Those are so strange.
I wanted one so bad.
Oh, they're so weird looking.
They're very. It's like if you removed a person's scrotum and then it got up and walked away.
It does kind of look.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Jennifer Collins. A mix of sun and clouds this afternoon with highs in the low to mid-80s and the chance for a shower through this evening. Then comfortable tonight with overnight lows in the 60s and 70s at the coast with a few passing clouds by Thursday morning. Lower humidity for the end of the week with highs in the low 80s on Thursday and Friday.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Hayes the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach, open 7 days a week till 5 a.m. with the beautiful ladies. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. And on Fridays, they bring their fantasies to life. It's Fantasy Fridays at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Open till 5 a.m., 7 days a week. And beautiful girls, you can't beat it. Make sure you get over to Monroe's. Any night is a great night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Hayes!
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get the power of a cut above. Decades of expertise to transform your home, from so-so to virtuoso. The power of neighborhood painters. We live where you live and probably like the same pizza place you do. Put the power of pro to work for you today. Get your project started at CertaPro.com.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
The check is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful at GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Spring is in the air at Gulfstream Park Casino. Win a 2023 Infiniti QX50 and a share of $15,000 in free play at the Derby Day Kart giveaway on April 1st. Earn entries all month long in March. You're sure to find thrills at Gulfstream Park Casino.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Josh, quote, "After walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try Navage. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much mucus, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air, I can finally breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life changer," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
I have 2 dogs, Sam and Bailey. Both are golden retrievers. Poor Sam, he was a mess. Always itching. His paws were soaking wet all day from just constant licking. He had bald spots on his back. I just don't like putting shots and steroids into your dog all the time. DINOVITE.com. Dynovite is nutrition. Probably 2 weeks after he started Dynovite, I started seeing great improvements. And today, 99% of his issues are non-existent. It's amazing stuff. Since Bailey has been 12 weeks old, he's been a Dynovite dog. And he has 0 issues today. He won't eat his food without Dynovite. When I get out the Dynovite, my dogs actually salivate, like I'm getting them a treat. They drool over it. Dynovite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynovite from DINOVITE.com.
Here it comes, April 15th. It's time to file and pay your taxes again, unless you haven't in a year or 2 years or many years. I'm Miami tax attorney Steve Klitzner, and I want you to know you are not alone. The IRS has no sympathy for you, but I do, because I deal with this problem every day for my clients. Millions of Americans have fallen behind due to mistakes or being totally overwhelmed and in way over their heads. If you can just get this problem under control, everything else would fall into place. There may be a way to get your life back by making this the year you take steps to end your IRS nightmare forever. Call me today for a free consultation at 305-682-1118. I'm not some mystery attorney in another state. I'm right here in South Florida to help you. 305-682-1118. That's 305-682-1118.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Manar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring Sonic and Sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
We have some construction barrels in the roadway in Boca Raton. This is southbound 95, just on the north side of Glades Road. They're in the left lane. The good news is it's the only concerns as far as 95 right now. Things are running smoothly throughout the Palm Beaches. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $3 breakfast deal. Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is your choice of bacon or sausage, egg and Swiss croissant, plus a small seasoned potatoes for just $3. Break your morning routine and get your $3 breakfast deal today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's Elliot in the morning.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Booker and Stryker.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
Alter Ego, are you ready?
All of the best free curated playlists.
Nobody does it better.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
Hey, guys.
For stars.
We're the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Hello, and good afternoon in The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Of course, if you're listening on that absolutely free iHeartRadio app, we welcome you all on a Wednesday. This also means it's a WWGD day. That is what would greet you. We will find out that after his final trifecta around 1:40. This is Franny. Good afternoon to Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello and good afternoon.
And of course, G-Man.
Thank you, Francis. Good afternoon to everybody. Not good morning already. 12:20 on the Penthouse on a Wednesday. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved in the show. Early up, we had on the table relationships. Have you ever been in a relationship that really didn't have really an identity? Maybe you didn't realize what it was, or maybe it was just a convenience thing, and then you look back and say, yeah, it was really not, didn't have any identity. It was just
situationship is what they call those things.
Yes, and I'm thinking I've been in a few of them. So give us a call and let us know, and maybe how long did it take you? Jimmy brought up a good point. You might not even realize you're in it.
Maybe not. So I got a text I want to get into, and then I want to know if you would try this simulator. So
hell yeah.
47142. We were talking about kids and a certain thing that you should say to them to see how they're doing, or reach out and we have a situation that happened to this person. I said kids need to be disciplined by their parents, again, without repercussion. Last evening, I was at the grocery store. A mother with 3 children walked in. One of the kids was barefoot. The cashier explained that the boy needed to wear shoes before he could come inside the store. Said he was younger than 10 years old, and he yelled at the cashier, F you.
Oh!
You can't tell me what to do. The floor manager walked over and explained again, you have to wear shoes inside the store. Again, the boy yelled, F you, fat ass. The mother said nothing to the kid, but told the manager he would ride in the cart and did not need shoes. The manager stated again he had to wear shoes. The boy started to fake cry and scream. The mother told the manager he was abusive towards her child and she would never shop at the store again. He said, good riddance.
That's a bad situation.
That is.
And bad parenting.
So that is a certain situation that somebody actually saw happen in front of their eyes.
10-year-old kid using profanity. That's bad.
Yeah. So speaking of before your eyes, would you want to feel and see what it's like to die?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you, G-Man?
No.
I don't think I would want to either.
Really?
No, and I'll tell you why after I let you know about this. So there is a new VR simulation that shows people what it looks like and feels like when you die. It basically gives you this whole out-of-body experience. But before that, there's an artist named Sean Gladwell who developed this immersive near-death experience that guides participants through the whole de-escalation of life from cardiac arrest to brain death, then giving them a glimpse of what may happen in their final moments. It actually, the out-of-body portion allows users to look down on their dead bodies as they float above.
Okay.
So it's this whole thing, like you feel it all go down. And I've used VR sets, and it's sometimes can be a bit too real for me. So one TikToker said he went through the experience, explained that he laid down on a bed that vibrated when he flatlined, saw the doctors failing to revive him. He also said the experience could give people anxiety, and you can quit anytime. It's not like you're stuck doing it. Many people have died, come back to share their experiences, and so they kind of got that feeling with that, which usually when you hear them out and they see light at the end of the tunnel, hearing the voices of loved one, even screams of the damned and stuff like that. So they try to make this whole immersive experience, which will show you and simulate the feeling of death. Now, to me, Jimmy, the reason why I wouldn't be okay with it or be interested is because I somewhat am already an anxious person. And if this happens and it really does, like, just it hits me hard and it just affects me in such a negative way, which I don't know how it could in a positive way.
Yeah.
I would probably, because now I just live my life day by day. I try to be in the present. I think I would be constantly thinking about death. And then I would be scared. And then I just wouldn't want to, like, do anything.
Fair enough.
I think that's a possibility.
Okay, fair enough.
From just being scared S-less after you seeing how it feels and looks like to die.
Leave your phone on tonight. I might call you at 11 o'clock.
Why?
Because I might get scared.
Are you doing the simulation?
I might think about it.
He said he wouldn't.
I hope I like what I have on when I'm dying, too. Like my outfit. That's important.
Duh.
Yeah, I think for me, no, I wouldn't want to know. But there are a lot of people out there who would. Jimmy said yeah. So it is definitely different.
But that's easy to say because, and when meaning simply the fact of, you're going into it knowing you're not going to die.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
feel
think
like it.
that's, so they can't really, you can't simulate that. The only way to simulate that is to do it. You can.
Yeah, but you can simulate. They simulate roller coasters. You're not actually on a roller coaster, but the simulation makes you feel like you're on a roller coaster.
But you're not.
Yeah.
And you don't have the same
but
results.
that's what the simulation means.
Right. So if I'm on a roller coaster, there's a result. Right. So,
it's the feeling. That's a simulation.
Yeah. Then all right. Well, all right. I stand corrected. I understand what your point is, but I just going into something knowing that the end result is not going to be what it's trying to give you makes it easier to say, okay, yes, only because I'm not going to die. All right. So, and the other part too is I also jumped ahead and I would want to know, is it going to hurt? Is there going to be any, that side of it, right? I mean, am I actually going to feel like I'm asphyxiated if I'm drowning or something like that? Do you get that feeling? If those feelings aren't there, then yeah, I kind of, would like to see what they come up with as their idea of a simulation of dying.
Yeah. So the participants that they had already, they lie on a replica hospital bed, put on the VR headset, experience cardiac arrest. They get attempted to resurrect them. Then it's death. Then it's the out-of-body experience that transcends life. And they say in planet Earth. They said it's said to be both meditative in a way, and this is according to people who've done it, and unsettling. So, but its creator claims the device kills users when they die in a game. So I guess they consider this a game, but it focuses more on death. This was created by the founder of Oculus. This kid's young, 30 years old, huh? And he said that innovation instantly destroys the brain when the person loses. So I love that this whole simulation of death is a game that they do. But it's from most people who've done it have said it feels pretty damn real.
Oh,
yeah. When you're going through it.
It makes you wonder, right? So does it make your heart, race the way it would in a cardiac arrest or whatever that you want to call that? I don't know if racing is the right word for it, but I mean, do you actually get that feeling? And if so, how do they do that?
Yeah, I mean, I would only think anxiety, right? When you get anxious anxiety, your heart just beats really, really fast. I'm guessing that's the feeling you would get from this.
And getting that feeling of floating, that's not easy to simulate.
Well, it's like you're
laying down.
Well, it says, but you're the way that the VR set, the way it's done is it makes you look like you're looking at yourself down. So I don't know if you have the feeling of floating, but the image is of you looking at yourself while you're dead. Yeah.
That's deep. I mean, if you're seeing something like that, and I think it could have an effect on people. Obviously, you start thinking about it and stuff like that. But some people want to do it. So I'm sure there's a cost involved that people do it. And I'm sure this is a company that people want to do. But I'm sure a lot of people might want to say, I'll try it. I'll check it out.
Yeah, but one person said they had to quit. They said I couldn't finish going through with it.
Oh, I could see that, too.
Because it made them so anxious, yeah.
Yeah, you'd definitely be like that. And then there'll be nights you're in bed and you can't sleep and you start, going through your mind. You'd be like, oh, God, what am I thinking about? It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We'll be back on the Trifecta, a little WWGD. We're always going to make you smile and have fun here, so don't worry about it. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
You're listening to Real Radio, available everywhere you want to listen. Yeah, even there. On our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. Your shot to score $1,000 returns Monday morning on Real Radio.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Panthers continue their road trip tonight. They're in Toronto. Florida's dropped 4 straight after opening the Trek with a loss in Ottawa Monday. Heat guard Jimmy Butler could be back in action tonight in New York. Butler sat out last night's loss to Toronto with a sore neck. And we now know some members of the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame's class of 2023. Multiple sources say Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki, and Becky Hammon are in the club. I'm Scott Davidson.
Stunning design, unmatched intelligence, and a compact ready for anything build. Sometimes exceptional is the rule. The Mercedes-Benz GLA, member of the unrivaled SUV family. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Jennifer Collins. A mix of sun and clouds this afternoon with highs in the low to mid-80s and the chance for a shower through this evening. Then comfortable tonight with overnight lows in the 60s and 70s at the coast with a few passing clouds by Thursday morning. Lower humidity for the end of the week with highs in the low 80s on Thursday and Friday.
This report is sponsored by NTT IndyCar Series. Experience the PPG 375 at Texas Motor Speedway this Sunday, April 2nd at 12 p.m. Eastern, live on NBC and Peacock. Watch the fastest cars and the boldest drivers fight to the finish line. The PPG 375 Texas Motor Speedway this Sunday at noon Eastern, live on NBC and Peacock.
What Would Greek Do is brought to you by Monroe's of Palm Beach.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. If you or anyone in your family has been injured, call America's largest injury law firm. Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com. Visit ForThePeople.com for an office near you.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. For over 26 years, we've been making Storm Catcher Screens, the leading hurricane safety product on the market, protecting over 90,000 Florida homes in communities just like yours. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure, Storm Smart's here to stay. Day in and day out, we'll be here, working harder to make sure you can breathe a little easier. SMART is protecting our community today and tomorrow.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
Those stomach issues ruined your birthday?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, this is Franny, and I had a buddy of mine tell me that his wife was poking fun of his forehead wrinkles and told him he needed some Botox. Well, of course, he was a bit hurt initially, but I told him that there's no shame for a man to get rid of unwanted wrinkles, and I know the perfect place to get Botox, or shall I say, Brotox. Begin a new med spa. And guys or girls, right now is the best time to go see their incredible medical professionals because Begin Anew is offering 20 units of Botox for $199. I've had Botox administered by Dr. Nicole, and I am so happy and impressed with her work, I will never go to anyone else. But if Botox isn't something you're interested in, Begin Anew offers some other specials that are fantastic. Weight loss programs, testosterone replacement therapy, body contouring, and lasers for almost everything, including hair removal and tattoo removal. And those specials, you can check them out at beginanewmed.com. That's beginanewmed.com.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
If you're getting on 95 right now, anywhere in Palm Beach County, things are running smoothly. You should have no big tie-ups in West Palm, right up to speed on the Belvedere Curve. It's a similar story on the Turnpike. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. I hope you're having a good day, and it continues on. After us, it is the News Junkies, the Greek Zone, and then Lex and Terry. And then wake up tomorrow morning, get out of the gate strong with our boy Rover and his crew. Jimmy's in the house.
Good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
Dwayne Wade was number 3 in our programs, number 1 in our heart for the Heat for years. He is going to get into the Hall of Fame, 2023 Hall of Fame NBA class. Hats off to Dwayne Wade. He did it all for us from the first day he was here. Played with the Heat every single year except one. He played in Chicago. But he was in 5 NBA Finals, which is tremendous. 3 of them, he brought home the big trophy for us. And he was always a part of the big 3 that you'll always remember with Chris Bosh and LeBron James. Hats off to Wade. He did it all-star many, many times. It was Wade County. So hats off to him. Congratulations. He was a great player for the Miami Heat. The Final Four is this weekend. If you bet all 4 teams in a parlay for $100, that would be Connecticut plus 500. That would be San Diego State plus 875, Miami plus 2,000, and Florida Atlantic plus 3,500. You would win $4.4 million on $100. You want to talk about a long shot? That is a long shot. And the NFL is in their meetings in Arizona this week, and they passed something yesterday that a player now can wear number 0. Years ago in the 70s, they were allowing players to wear 00, but there hasn't been any zeros in a long time. And now they have decided that players this year starting can wear number 0. I know one of the Jaguars wide receivers, he already said that he's going to step up and he's going to be the first 0 on that team. And that is your trifecta on lunchtime on the Penthouse. Peace.
Franny, I got a question for you.
Okay.
You ever try to sneak booze into a venue?
Sure have.
Yeah, right. How'd you do it? Do you mind sharing with the audience how you did it?
I posted the video I believe that you're going to talk about,
okay.
realradio921.com on the Penthouse blog.
Excellent.
I've purchased things that they've already created, like they make, and you only get a little single shot. They make these individual things that look like tampons that I brought with me.
Right.
I've also done where you can buy the top 2 water bottles. They typically fit like an Aquafina.
Okay.
So it looks like it's a sealed bottle. Because they check to see if the seal's broken,
There
and
you
so
go.
you just fill up that water bottle with vodka and you bring it in there
There
with
you
you.
go. Okay.
What else have I done? I have a flask that looks like a sunblock that I have.
All right. Wow.
Do you want more?
I didn't realize this was all right. Greek, you can go home. we got this for the rest of the hour and 20 minutes. How about the old? You ever see the wraps you could put around a beer can? It was like making it look like a Pepsi or Coke can.
I have, but I've never used that. But I
never
have
used
seen
that.
that.
Okay, I've seen those.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's a lady that came up with a brilliant way.
I'm not done yet. I'm just kidding.
Go ahead.
I got more.
Please continue.
I've put Ziploc bags of wine or booze in my bras before. I've done
in your
that.
bra?
I put them in my
crap.
bra. Yep,
Jeez.
done that.
Not like there's a lot of room in there, is there?
I know. I made sure we're in a big bra. And it was so funny. My girlfriend, we were going to a football game, and my girlfriend, it was a college game, and they didn't allow booze. And her plastic bag and her brassiere busted. So,
wow.
Yeah, we were like, oh, I'm sorry, she just had a baby. So we did like, well, because you know how your breasts leak sometimes
Sure. Yeah,
when you're
that's a big
breastfeeding?
leak. Red?
No,
Is
nobody
it leaking red wine?
Nobody believed us. She smelled like booze. I'm sorry, but continue on.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Well, here's another idea for you. Well, you already saw the video, so
Yes.
you already know how this woman did it. But a woman in Australia named Alexandria Funnel is going viral after she posted a video from a Bon Iver concert this month. She and her friend didn't want to wait in line at the bar and overpay for drinks, so what did she do? She took a sourdough bread loaf, a big loaf of bread like that. She hollowed it out, and she hid a bottle of wine into it. Yes, that's right. I said she hid her wine inside sourdough bread. The venue doesn't let you bring your own alcohol, of course, but does allow food. So she knew security wouldn't bother checking it. Her TikTok video shows her pouring a glass of wine from the bread. So she just opens up the edge of it, and you see this wine coming out from this loaf of bread into a glass. She told a reporter they'd already spent $200 per ticket and wanted to save a little bit of money. Why are you saying anything, and why are you filming this and putting it online? I don't understand, people. It's like you got this great idea. You're getting away with something, and then you go and you talk to a reporter about it, and you post a video about it. The bread didn't go to waste, too, by the way. She says she took it home and made garlic bread after the show.
Nice. After everybody manhandled her bread and poured it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just another weird, ingenious way that people are trying to sneak booze
They
into
make
a venue. It looked like
all kinds of things.
They looked like they were in an outdoor amphitheater type of a venue, like they were out in the lawn at like I Think Financial Amphitheater.
And I know you don't want to screw the venue. I understand, but like in that particular case, her ticket was $200. Sometimes you're paying a lot of money, and then you get in there, and a single is $200 or is $20. So you're just like, man, whatever you can do to cut costs.
You're forcing me.
And so yeah, but they do umbrellas. They do that look like umbrellas that you can put booze in. I've seen that. They have one flasks that look like hairbrushes that you can put booze in.
I have to talk to you off air about how I can get some booze onto the cruise coming up.
Well, you know what? Some cruises, I don't know which one you're doing, but I've been on Norwegian and Royal Caribbean and Carnival, and they typically will allow one bottle of wine or like a champagne or prosecco packed in your suitcase.
Oh, I was told we couldn't.
So but that's what look at.
Maybe they can't.
Look at your
maybe
cruise
it's always
line.
Cruise line. Okay.
Because there's certain ones that will allow you to do one bottle per suitcase. The one that we're doing, because I looked into it, because I was like, all right, might as well have one for the room. They do not allow it, but there are some that do. And I know we're not doing the same cruise line. So I would check into it.
When you take off, I'll throw you a bottle. I'll be there waving to you.
Oh, thanks. Great. Hey, thanks. Is that Fireball?
Bonfire.
Don't come back.
But it's crazy.
And I keep just throwing them out. Here's bourbon.
Even if you go on Amazon, you can find so many products to smuggle alcohol. They have some that look like binoculars.
That's a good one.
Sure,
Yeah.
I've seen those.
Cell phones, all kinds of stuff.
Now, umbrellas, I think, might give it away unless it's a rainy day. You know what I mean? Because
I've seen people carry umbrellas on sunny days because they don't want to get sun.
Okay.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, especially down here.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's very popular. And of course, South. I mean, if this was really happening in South Florida, it could rain any day.
Sure. You're right. Yeah, people, if you've ever snuck any liquor into a concert or venue, let us know.
What's the best hack you have of getting by the old security guard there with the liquor? Greek, you were talking about some tickets for a show coming up?
Springsteen.
Speaking of concerts?
Yep, Springsteen is finishing his tour. He's got two in. He actually got a good buddy of mine going Saturday night, and he didn't realize it was the Final Four. He's going to be at the Garden. Springsteen Saturday night.
Oh, all right.
And he's got 4 dates left. 2, and I think after that he's playing the Barclays Center, and then 2 in New Jersey. And best tickets available, and there were some good prices, reasonable on the 200 range. And that was on Ticketmaster, which was surprising. Not great seats, but you're in the, obviously you're there.
He was doing something where they were giving away tickets. Did you see this? I have to find it. I saw it a couple days ago where you could win to see one of his final show, or maybe it was his final show.
Yeah, he's got 4 left. Like I said, Saturday night he kicks it off at the Garden. It's been a tour that he's been on a long time. Obviously, he was down here. He was in Tampa. He was at the Hard Rock. But then he's it's going to be the conclusion of the tour. But there were some reasonable seats for $200, which are not bad. $240.
At the Garden, huh?
Yeah.
And anything under $500 at the Garden's got to be considered, especially with Springsteen.
Yeah.
I'm talking about with him. I mean, that's,
These were it might be over. I want to see if I can find the article, but I do recall that it was the concert, which might be his last one in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. That's this week, next week.
Okay.
Garden State Arts Center? By chance?
I'm not sure, Jimmy.
I don't think it's called that anymore.
Yeah.
But that's what it used to be. What you and I might remember it as.
Yeah.
It's a bank, I believe, has sponsored it.
It's a cool place.
Yeah.
I remember
it's an amphitheater. It's
you walk down, everything, check it out. The Yankees are opening up tomorrow, too, and they're playing the San Francisco Giants. Now, those tickets downstairs are very expensive, but there are tickets as low as $65 upper deck. So if you're in the area tomorrow and you thinking about going to see the Yankees opening day, that's something I did as a kid a lot of times. Very special. Always look forward to it. Used to count the days.
Sorry, where they're playing at home?
Yeah, they're playing Giants.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow. And the Marlins are home and playing the Mets. But $65, there are some tickets left for the Yankees upper deck. But, hey, you're still in Yankee Stadium seeing them open up, which is great. And
that's pricey. But first game of the year, I mean, you got to expect that, right? They're going to be packed.
Oh, yeah. They'll be $65, I think, is inexpensive for the Yankees.
Well, for upper deck, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can get those, I think, usually for $20 or so during, as the season goes on. Those seats behind the home plate that are like $800 or something like that for like a Tuesday afternoon.
Oh, crazy. $2,000.
Amazing.
$2,000. Those are those big blue seats.
Yeah.
And you get everything in the thing. I think they're like $2,500 face value. And then if you go secondhand market, it's crazy.
Yeah, that is nuts. So they were ranking the best ballpark food to celebrate opening day. And there's a few here because
Marlin's
opening
gotta be,
day
right?
is tomorrow. You know what? I did not see it
That
on
weren't
this.
on there?
I didn't see it on this list.
I tell you, that's the one thing. I mean, I haven't been down there, and I've got to get down there just for that simple reason, because I hear the food is fantastic there.
I haven't seen it,
Yeah.
but these are the ones that they ranked, and for
All
some
right.
reason,
okay,
did
well,
not make it.
Where are we flying to,
So
Franny?
we're going to fly to go see the Texas Rangers because
right.
they got a biscuit egg roll. They said that this is a great food ballpark, but the brisket egg rolls take the top prize.
Brisket
on
in
it.
Texas, huh? Go figure.
Right? Go figure.
An egg roll.
Then we're gonna drive to Tampa. We don't have to go far. So we've heard that the Cubans at the Miami Marlins Stadium is good, but they're saying Cuban, and that's where claim to fame. They say that Tampa created the Cuban sandwich, is one of the places that did, because a lot of Cubans immigrated over there. But the Cuban sandwich, where the Tampa Bay Rays, is hard to beat, and they say this is a damn good Cuban. I've never heard of this before. Seattle Mariners. Toasted grasshoppers. No, thank you. They say it might sound weird, but they've been a hit at the stadium since they were first introduced in 2017.
You're right. It does sound weird.
It does. I don't know if I want that.
I thought a grasshopper was a drink, isn't it?
The grasshopper is a drink, but these are real grasshoppers that they've toasted.
Oh, wow. How do they stay on the plate?
I've heard of like chocolate covered crickets and grasshoppers and things like that. They're spiders or whatever, but not that.
The Cha-Cha Bowl. San Francisco Giants.
Cha-cha!
It costs extra.
They say it's a Caribbean awesomeness, which is interesting, right? Because the Caribbean isn't by San Francisco, but whatever. Or Caribbean, however you want to call it.
After a couple of beers, it is.
Grilled chicken or pork carnitas over rice and beans and topped with a pineapple or zucchini salsa. I've never even heard of zucchini salsa.
Wow. Had me at pork.
San Diego Padres, the tri-tip nachos. Tri-tip is a cut of beef from the bottom of the sirloin added to nachos. They say it is a culinary experience not to be missed.
Had me a tip.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
The Marlins do. I mean, and I've been down there many times, see games, and people always rave about their food.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I
have
have not heard anybody go to that stadium and say they went away hungry.
Cheesesteak. Guess where?
Yankees.
Philadelphia Phillies.
Phillies.
Silly. They say, need we say more is all they say. At Yankees, they say Lobels or Lobels, I don't know, steak sandwich. New York Yankees sells various cuts of meat online, but a Yankees game is the only place you can get that steak sandwich.
Oh, no kidding.
Have you ever heard of Lobels or Lobels?
No.
Okay. Let's see.
They have the
what
famous
else?
steak restaurant in Yankee Stadium that they have as the Seminole.
Okay. Y2K.
Yeah. They have that one there. I know that. And they have, obviously, steak.
Our World Series champions who play spring training down here, the barbecue funnel cake, Houston Astros. They say it's a good mix of sweet and savory. They do barbecue, like pulled pork and stuff on top of a funnel cake. I don't know if I'm mad at it. Might sound good,
no,
right?
not either. That does sound like it might be a pretty good combination.
If you like sweet candy cloud waffle cone, Cincinnati Reds, a waffle cone, cotton candy, ice cream delight. And you got to add sprinkles on top.
Ooh. That does sound nice.
You know, I'm not a fan of cotton candy. I'm just as a kid, but yeah.
I think I just got diabetes.
Right?
Listening to that.
Pete Rose. They got a Pete Rose one.
Yeah.
The cotton candy.
Boy, that's just sugar on sugar.
That's right. The Pete Rose cotton candy.
G-Man, you might like one of these options. At the Chicago White Sox, these smothered fries. The possibilities are endless with options like chili cheese, Parmesan, buffalo chicken sauce, Greek style, or Irish style, just to name a few. Then the Fenway Park, you got that's where the Red Sox play. They said to most it's just a normal hot dog, but the Fenway lore makes it special. The hot dog over there. And then the Atlanta Braves at number 1 with a chicken and waffle boat. I don't know exactly.
Chicken and waffle?
They say all they pronounce it, or all they say in the description is just like it sounds, and it's glorious.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
So I guess it's...
So they probably make the waffle in like a canoe kind of shape and put the fried chicken in the middle.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
And syrup on it, right?
Yeah, maple syrup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there you go.
If you guys have a favorite food that you like at a ballpark, let us know. Could be even here. Maybe Roger Dean. Something that you get at Roger Dean that you like. Maybe where the Mets play. Maybe where the Nationals and Astros play. Again, we talked about it, obviously, a month ago. It went so quick. The season's over.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you blink 4
1
weeks.
month, yeah.
That is it.
Where the Braves, I know obviously the Braves and the Falcons don't play in the same stadium, but I know that we've talked about in the past, especially when they had the Super Bowl where the Falcons play, where their concession prices are very low.
Yes.
Right? Do they have this? Is it the same where the Braves play? I mean, I know they really don't have an affiliation other being in the same state.
You know what? I am not sure, but the area where they play, the Battery, is super cool. So it's a whole. They created a whole little experience around the Atlanta Braves. Obviously, it's nothing like the historical Wrigley Field and how they have that whole little area around it, but it's bars, restaurants, there's a Top Golf, and it's all just walkable from there.
They've done that in a lot of stadiums. Camden Yards has that.
Yeah, it's cool.
In Baltimore, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It is. It's pretty cool. It's called the Battery, but I don't know what the concessions. I can quickly. My sister's a season ticket holder for the Braves, so I can easily ask her. But,
oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah.
I think
Goes to a bunch of games then, huh?
They go all the time.
That's awesome.
I think that's great that they do that for the fans. It's funny. In Memphis, they do it too for the Grizzlies. They have a bunch of areas. We went there that you could, shop and eat and different things.
Yeah,
it's
very cool.
Yeah, and some stadiums just don't have, obviously, the property around it.
Yeah.
Or,
you need the infrastructure around it. That's one of the things that I always thought. I haven't been there since they changed over to, I think it's Lucas Oil, where the Colts play. But when we used to go there for the convention, when there was the RCA Dome, that whole area in Indianapolis, downtown Indianapolis, has got all kinds of restaurants and shops all in the area there, which is perfect, right by the old train station.
Yeah.
And you can go up there, and they've got every restaurant under the sun, from a TGI Fridays to a Hooters to upscale restaurants that are in the area too, and nice thing, and things to do for the kids too.
I used to go there with my dad.
Yeah,
for the record industry.
Yeah.
RCA, it was right there. And
right there. I mean, literally right there. Yeah.
You walk out, you're there. I mean, and that's great when they can do it those days. But you need the property. Like the Marlins don't have that. That's something they talk about, that they wish they had more property, because the Marlins stadium, you're right in the city.
That's
just
they're
right.
kind of away. Same thing with Dolphins. They're just so tucked away. There's nothing that they can build up around there with it. Which is unfortunate. Now I know they're trying to do it on property with the tennis courts and all that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much. Have they? And they got the racetrack isn't permanent, is it?
It is permanent.
It is now.
Yeah, I think it comes up. Somebody was asking me the other day, Jimmy, for tickets. I think it's in May or June.
Right.
The Formula One.
Okay,
again.
so they're
once a year.
That is permanent then. Do they have other things, like when you go to a Dolphins game where they have like areas for the kids to go, or museums and stuff a part of that now?
They do have they have one Hall of Fame section for the 72 team, and they have a lot of different things for kids outside.
Okay. Yeah.
Didn't they put,
good.
What is it called? I know they have one at the Battery, and they have one where the Dallas Cowboys play. The AT&T Stadium. Didn't they put like a kind of bar out there? Because I've seen signs for it, or advertisements for it in the Hard Rock Stadium, but last time I was there, I didn't venture around the whole stadium, and I think it's pretty new.
They do have bars outside. I know that, but I don't know if they have anything. But I know they have a lot of things for like an NFL experience for the kids.
Yeah, they've had that for a while.
Yeah, you can like throw a football, kick a field goal.
Okay, there are. Good.
Jump through stuff, tackle.
When I first started to say that, I was like, wait a minute, that's right. They built all that up and everything. And then I know there was some buildings there towards the back that was part of the track, the way they integrated the track. And they made sort of that fake area where people could. They put boats to make it look like boats are in the water.
And they do have, I don't know if the boats stay all around, but they have a ride that you can get on where you go, like you're very high up and you can look down at the stadium and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do have one of those.
Oh, wow. I
forget what they're called. It's like the same things like a ski lift. Similar to that, but it's not open.
Right. I know what you mean. Yeah.
They have that too, where you can, on game day, that you can check out, which is cool. Yeah. I mean, a lot of that stuff is good for the fans. It's different things for them to do, to hang out if you want to get there. More of an NFL experience for the day.
Sure.
It's 3-4 hours if you go there early and you can hang out. But yeah, I think where the stadiums where they have everything around it, it's great for the fans because then they stay after the games too. And they want to hang out, enjoy, have a meal.
Spend some money.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yep. If somebody can think of what I am trying to, they have them at so many stadiums now. There are these big sports bar. I think they're called Live. So it's live somewhere, live at AT&T Stadium or live at the Battery, where you go and they have a massive projection screen. Huge.
All right. To watch the game.
And a lot of people go to watch the games if they can't actually get into the venue.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We're going to come back with some Florida stories that today's version were pretty out there. Franny, what do you have?
Yeah, well, we have crazy vows that happened at a Florida wedding. We also have speaking of crazy, this dude is insane. Check him out, realradio921.com on the Penthouse blog. It happens to do with a drawbridge in the Miami area. And then an itchy situation. I'll give you the details when we get back on Real Radio 92.1.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Jennifer Collins. A mix of sun and clouds this afternoon with highs in the low to mid-80s and the chance for a shower through this evening. Then comfortable tonight with overnight lows in the 60s and 70s at the coast with a few passing clouds by Thursday morning. Lower humidity for the end of the week with highs in the low 80s on Thursday and Friday.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If your company needs to spring into efficient hiring, then check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Everyone loves TV Dad.
On the next TV Dad, presented by Progressive, TV Dad explains becoming a man.
Son, it's time we had the talk.
Okay, TV Dad.
You know, drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Oh, is that why my voice is changing?
That's a question for your health teacher.
Listen to your TV Dad. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
Parents, are you tired of helping put your kids' shoes on? They're squirming, watching cartoons, anything but helping. Luckily, it's Skechers to the rescue. Introducing new hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Footwear you can just get your kids to step into and their shoes are on. You don't need to bend over. You don't need to sit on the floor and try to wrangle them on. And they're available in all types of Skechers styles with and without laces, and most are machine washable. Find Skechers slip-ins for kids or mom and dad at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 4/4/23. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Bright Future Scholarships have been funding higher education in Florida for over 2 decades. Last year alone, more than $600 million was made available to Florida students. So don't miss out. Millions of dollars in Bright Future Scholarships are waiting for you. Make your money moves and fund your future today. Visit FloridaBrightFutures.gov to check eligibility and apply.
Bright Futures pays.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Good afternoon. No major delays right now as you make your way through Palm Beach County. I-95 full speed between West Palm and Delray Beach. The Turnpike also coming in trouble-free through Golden Lakes and Boca. That's a look at your traffic. I'm Paul Cry.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick-and-mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
From the Anajar Levine 800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Only Franny could go into a concert looking like Dolly Parton and leave looking like Miley Cyrus.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You lost some weight, girl.
In your chest area. Very true.
It's a compliment. Thank you always. We appreciate that. Remember, you got to work out 2.5 hours a week to be in good shape. It is The Penthouse on a Monday, a crazy hour ahead of us where we're getting to some WWGD and some Florida stories. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello and good afternoon.
And toodles to you, Franny.
Hi, and toodles to you, Greek.
And it's time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, let's start with the itchy situation. You have ever touched this stuff, handled this stuff? You know what I'm talking about, and I am talking about insulation. Well, people in a house in Lee County, they were hearing weird things coming from their attic. So, of course, they're like, I'm not going up there. You go up there. Like, I ain't going up there. So they called the cops. And the deputies responded to it. And, of course, they responded to it as a burglary because they're like, there's somebody in our house.
And they got there and they said, I'm not going up there.
I'm not going up there. Yeah, I don't want to go up there. And it almost was like that because they were yelling. They're like, whoever's up there, please come out. And they weren't coming out. But they could still hear somebody walking. They saw a 5-gallon bucket found underneath the attic along with some debris on the floor. They're like, there's definitely somebody there. After yelling multiple times for them to come down and surrender, the person refused to do so. Then the deputies had to use some non-lethal gas to force the suspect from the attic. However, the gas didn't work either. Guy didn't come down. So then deputies in a K-9 unit entered the attic. Finally looked at the dog. They're like, you go up there? They're like, all right.
You go up there?
You go first. You go first. I'll follow you.
Somebody's got to go upstairs.
And they found 44-year-old Bruce Davis buried under some insulation. And he had his face pressed against an air duct so he could breathe in fresh air. And he wasn't breathing in the insulation. It is a crazy photo. I wish I could post it. Maybe I can find one. But all you see is him covered head to toe, and you just see his hands coming out of the insulation. Like he's surrendering.
It's crazy.
I don't know, but long enough for it to be crazy. They believe that he was just like living in there for a while. Deputies said
it was warm.
Right? Deputies.
It was warm.
I mean, they said after a search of the home, the broken window, appliances in use, tools scattered throughout the residence were found. So this guy was making himself at home after breaking in. He has been charged with burglary and resisting an officer. Then next up in your What the Florida, I got a couple crazy videos, realradio921.com. This one happened in Miami. If you're familiar with Brickell, the Brickell Bridge, there's footage. I have a news piece up there, but then you can also see some people who posted on social media because people were like, what is going on? We're going to call him the Brickell Bridge Climber because we don't have a name for him. People spotted him living in nearby condos, boaters passing underneath the bridge. People waiting to cross the bridge. Everybody is just busting out their phones going, we got to tape this. It is nuts. There is a guy who is climbing the bridge, the drawbridge, as it goes up. At one point, you can see it looks like he's like fist pumping and like celebration as boats are passing underneath him. As I mentioned, there's additional clips already. He has over 8 million views on TikTok, one of these in particular. Wow. Yeah.
And how long is this up? A day?
He is holding on for dear life. I saw it yesterday, so it's probably way more than that because this article is from yesterday, too.
8 million views. Wow.
Uh-huh. According to local news, they said that the guy was not arrested because by the time police arrived, he'd already fled the scene. Nobody knows who the Brickell Bridge Climber is. Nobody knows what led him to scale the bridge, if it was on purpose or if it was on accident and he got stuck up there. So we have no idea. If anybody knows a Brickell Bridge Climber, I am very curious to know his situation.
What made him do it?
Yes.
Is he okay? Is he going to do it again? What's going on with this guy?
And then we have a beautiful wedding in Plant City, Florida, where the groom is getting slammed. This is a wedding of Michael and Destiny Lentini. They were filmed. They had a videographer, and the videographer and photographer, actually this photographer decided, you know what, I'm going to share this on my TikTok.
This is so memorable.
Uh-huh. He was shocked. He said that like from the beginning when he was taking pictures with the groom, he was like, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, boy.
From how he was talking.
Mm-hmm. Think he was a little drunk, maybe.
It was very, what some people are saying, vulgar. Some people are saying he humiliated his bride. This has been all over. You can see it at realradio921.com/penthouse. And Jimmy was actually invited to their wedding.
This was great.
Yeah.
Only two things are required to keep me happy. Keep my belly full and my empty. So you're amazing at half of it. We really need to get you some cooking lessons. Even when my belly isn't full, there is no one I could ever love more in this lifetime, unless I actually get a chance to meet Margot Robbie. Since the beginning, I was always told life gets even better when the kids fall asleep and you tell me to come to the bedroom. Nothing's better than the sound of gagging and headboard slamming.
Michael. Oh, boy.
Michael.
That's his
You're
mom.
so good at making decisions like marrying me. You can choose whether tonight's going to end with being a toaster, strudel, or a Twinkie.
All right. Being that I am his mom, I will deal with him later. He is grounded, by all means.
Oh, my goodness. So his mom was officiating the wedding. So
Yeah.
that was her. Oh, yeah.
I thought she was in the crowd.
No, she was actually the one performing the ceremony.
She had to be so embarrassed.
Oh, absolutely. She tried to intervene a couple times and he just went straight through. He did not care. That mom was like, but yeah, people are just like how disgusting this was. But Destiny came back and she was just like, I knew what I'm getting myself into. And she even makes a comment that he's too good for her. And I want to be like, girl, get your priorities right.
I want to hear her vows.
Oh my God, right?
They didn't post them.
I can only imagine. They had a good day and a good night.
So
Wow.
you can hear the uncensored version, realradio921.com/the Penthouse. But it is this guy is getting a lot of flack from
I'm
people
sure.
on social media. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Franny. We do it once a show, and it's all about stories about Florida that you guys give us, and then we give them back to you.
I do have, I'm sorry, Jimmy. I was just going to read a couple texts quickly.
Go, please.
We were talking about the death simulator thing.
Yeah.
Somebody texted at 47142. They said, being that I was born and raised in Martin County and I surfed for a good portion of my life, I have nearly drowned several times. So I kind of have an idea of what it would be like to dive. Not interested.
Really?
Yep. They said not interested in reliving it in a VR. Then somebody said as soon as Greek puts his VR headset on, all he hears is Greek. It's me, Barbara.
You're right. Or Granny, either one.
Or Granny.
I'm done. I'm like, you know what? I want to be out.
You call it the Garden State Art Center is now called the PNC Art Center.
PNC, that's it.
PNC, yep. They said that's where I drove my daughter to go see Five Finger Death Punch. Very cool. I'm sure you guys had a great time. Somebody about the cruise lines in the bottle. They said Carnival Cruise allows 1 bottle of wine per person and luggage. You can also have a bottle of liquor sent to your room, like Tito's, but it's like $120 a bottle. They also limit your drink package drinks to 15 a day. I'm hoping that's 15 a day. Maybe it's 15 the whole time. I don't know.
Is it 15 per day per person?
I don't know. Maybe because they said to 15. I just assumed it was per day.
That's a lot.
But is it for the whole day?
Yeah, I was going to say. I wake up with a mimosa in the morning.
Yes, exactly.
I could pound away more than 15.
Right? We have
Do you think you do 15 drinks in a day?
Absolutely. You kidding me?
You know how many waking hours there are?
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. I hope it's not 15 a week.
So judgy. The oldest active
Judge-free zone here.
The oldest active MLB park in this country is Fenway Park. Please, and then in the same one it says, please may I hear Greek misspeak number 122. So we have a misspeak request on a Wednesday.
All right. Is that all right?
Yes,
All right.
yes. 122. Jimmy will cue that up for us so we can get that going.
Here you go. All right.
This is your Greek Misspeak
Bon et quoi. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you off your fucking meds or something?
Made of chocolate chips be always be in your chips.
It must be difficult for you, being so intelligent.
Well, I used to be Theraculis years ago.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Now I know that was a joke.
You guys can hold on. After What to Florida, we'll get to you. If not, a Scabadas the Deuce.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Well, no Francis, no show.
Hey, good morning.
All right, that's the spank of the spank.
Giggity, giggity.
Even if you screw somebody over, people don't like to hear that. They just do.
And the trifecta is going to be full with a lot of Super Bowl jamma.
Can't wait.
That's where you guys write in with emails, and I answer on the base of my capability.
If you're interested in authentic American English, you found the right channel.
You found it.
Bizarre would be it.
It's very tremonic.
Maybe Santa will bring me a dictionary so I can understand what you just said.
Maybe not. Santa. Come on, Santa.
Rocking around the Christmas tree. Jimmy, do we have somebody on hold, or should we hit break?
We do. We have Kevin on the line. Kevin, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Doing good, Kevin. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing fine, except I'm trying to put together a arrow shed that has 850,000 screws in it.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot.
It's a wonderful retirement job.
Keep you busy. He'll keep you busy at least, right?
Sounds good.
Yeah, especially when it gets windy. I just wanted to tell you, back in the 80s, when I was going to the Orange Bowl games, the Hurricanes and the Dolphins,
okay,
you could bring in a 1.75 bottle of rum with you, and they just say, hey, is that all you got?
Really?
Man, how times have changed, huh?
Yeah, really.
I remember some of the games.
Wow.
Vaguely. After that, when they started checking everything, I went to a Hurricane game with some friends of mine, and they had a seat cushion that would hold a 1.75.
I have heard of that.
So the
yep.
guy walks in with the seat. The guy walks in with a seat cushion, and you go buy Cokes and sit in the upper deck. And my wife didn't go that day, and she wondered what bar I went to when I got home because I could barely talk. But that's
Times
my
have
little
changed.
addition for you.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you listening all the time. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the input, Kevin, and the great ideas.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Half a gallon of rum. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We'll be back in a few minutes, and then we got some WWGD. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Did you guys ever have any friends growing up that had one of those Sphinx cats?
No.
Those are so strange.
I wanted one so bad.
Oh, they're so weird looking.
They're very. It's like if you removed a person's scrotum and then it got up and walked away.
It does kind of. The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Jennifer Collins. A mix of sun and clouds this afternoon with highs in the low to mid-80s and the chance for a shower through this evening. Then comfortable tonight with overnight lows in the 60s and 70s at the coast with a few passing clouds by Thursday morning. Lower humidity for the end of the week with highs in the low 80s on Thursday and Friday.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
The Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg is pursuing a political witch hunt against Donald Trump. Former acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker joins me on The Truth with Lisa Booth. And listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Get ready for another busy season of grass cutting, shredding, loading, digging, or moving. Bobcat of Palm Beach offers an extensive lineup of tough Bobcat equipment that gets the job done. Stop in at 5731 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach or call 800-BOBCAT-0.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our products are Energy Star rated and made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Don't be impressed when you hear someone settle their case for what may seem like lots of money. $500,000 seems like lots of money until you learn they lost both legs, had a brain injury, or were paralyzed and can never work again. All law firms are not the same. To see what your case may be worth, go to forthepeople.com and look at our verdicts and settlements for cases just like yours. Look before you leave. Hire the right lawyer. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as heart disease,
asthma,
diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older,
52, 36,
42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm going to ask my doctor
about getting vaccinated
with Prevnar 20.
The News Junkie is brought to you by Gordon and Partners. ForTheInjured.com. 561-333-3333.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Really not a bad drive right now through Palm Beach County. I-95 remains trouble-free between Boca and Palm Beach Gardens. A reminder that Glades Road and all the ramps to I-95 will be closed starting Friday at 11 p.m. and it'll last till Monday at 5 a.m. That's a look at traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. Hurry into Jackson Hewitt for 50% off tax prep, but do it before April 9th. Limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max savings $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit.
Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a very nice day. Weather is supposed to be awesome. High today of 88, so we should reach 79. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hey, what's going on?
And you can get involved with the show in a couple different ways. You could always call us, 877-927-6969. You could text us at Real Radio, that in first, 47142, or email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Well, while you got the old Google search open, type in new Pepsi logo 2023 so that you can see exactly what I'm about to talk about. Pepsi is updating their soft drinks logo ahead of its 125th anniversary. Any idea that Pepsi's been around since the late 1800s? Because I didn't think they were.
I remember them as when we went to, I don't know, Fran, if you'll remember this, when we go to Yankee Stadium and we would go up the river, up to the Bronx. There used to be a huge Pepsi neon. I mean, it was huge. I remember seeing that for years. I wonder if they're going to change that.
Well, while paying tribute to the pop is the brand's classic labeling. So the new logo, which replaces one used since 2008, has a bold Pepsi centered in a black bordered circle over red, white, and blue stripes. So I don't know if you remember sort of the older logo where it was the round with the red on top and the blue on the bottom and the white in the middle, right? So now picture that, and they're going to have Pepsi in bold black letters in the middle of the white. Okay. Where right now the current one, it's in lowercase letters, usually underneath that round, sphere, Jesus, looking logo that they have. And the current logo displays the word Pepsi underneath that. So the goal is reimagining the logo was to infuse great energy and confidence and boldness. PepsiCo Chief Design Officer Mario Porcini told USA Today, PepsiCo will begin making use of the new logo in the fall in the U.S. and in Canada, and the new electric blue and black cans. And in promotions, PepsiCo will roll out the new logo internationally in 2024. So you just take that look. I tell you what, I looked at it, I saw it. It looks really cool. I like the way that they changed this thing, and it's going to look really good with the way GIFs are and how they can add it into other imaging with, how like a video and different things for that type of way that they want to use it coming up. The new logo lends itself to artistic renditions, not only on delivery trucks, hats, and merchandise, which of course are going to sell the hell out of.
Oh, sure.
But it looks really cool. Type in new Pepsi logo 2023 in Google. You could see it. There wasn't one that I could get that I think that we could legally put up on our site. Otherwise, I would, because nothing was under Getty Images that we're allowed to post. So unfortunately, you'll have to look it up yourself. But it is really cool looking. Check that out.
I'm looking at Pepsi logos from 1898 on. So the feel of this one, the 2023 one, it's almost retro but new, if that makes any sense. Like, it's very similar to the one they had from 1987 to 1999.
Yep.
It's similar to that one, but if you look at the one that was from 1898 to 1904, it is very odd looking. Like, even like the font that they use,
Sure.
I've never seen anything like it. So I'm sure if you have a product from way back when, it's probably worth a lot of money.
The red letter font.
It's red letter, and it's kind of a cursive-y, weird.
Cursive. Yep.
Yeah, but
I know what you mean.
But it's not like, I don't know if you can see my computer. It's not like
that's the one.
This is the one I'm talking. Yeah,
Yep, the one on the left there.
Yep, it's very, very odd. But yeah, they've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's gonna be the 7th new logo for Pepsi.
One of the things that they always differentiated themselves from Coca-Cola was the fact that it was, especially in the 80s, the choice of a new generation, right? They always tried to appeal to a younger crowd. So I always had this newer image of Pepsi, and for some reason I had no idea that they've been around since, that would be 1898, I guess, if this is their 125th anniversary this year. Yeah. It's amazing.
Still newer, because Coca-Cola's been around since 1886.
True, very true. Yeah.
Got them beat by 12 years.
I mean, and again, when a big brand is changing a logo, that is something huge. Obviously, they hope that their fans and everybody who buys the product likes it.
Can you imagine the cost of something like that? I mean, it's something that, you think about when you see, or you don't really think about when you see how a company like that rebrands itself, and all the different things that have to go into it. All the trucks that they have throughout all the entire world.
Yeah,
that all is going to be changed now. When as it change, as things roll over. I'm sure that obviously that's something that they do over time, but that's still got to be a lot of money.
Oh, maybe even billions. I mean, when you think of certain brands, like you said, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. The Starbucks that
they've been through a lot of different logos.
Yeah. Sure. You wouldn't think they would change that much. You'd think that's the way. Budweiser.
Well, I mean, it's not like they do it every year. This is since 2008 was the last time that they updated their logo, and I'm sure it happens more than we really think about. But just seeing that, I really like it though. It's not very often that I'll see a new logo and be like, really right out of the gate.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking.
It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday afternoon, so we're going to get into a trifecta when we get back, and some WWGD. That's where you guys write in emails, and I try to give you some advice. I put it in a blender, and I shake it up. We'll be back. Peace.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. Your shot to score $1,000 returns Monday morning on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Jennifer Collins. A mix of sun and clouds this afternoon with highs in the low to mid-80s and the chance for a shower through this evening. Then comfortable tonight with overnight lows in the 60s and 70s at the coast with a few passing clouds by Thursday morning. Lower humidity for the end of the week with highs in the low 80s on Thursday and Friday.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
You've probably read The Lorax and the Grinch, but do you know the story behind the stories? We'll have the story of both of them. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Open 7 days a week till 5 a.m. with the beautiful ladies. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. And on Fridays, they bring their fantasies to life. It's Fantasy Fridays at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Open till 5 a.m., 7 days a week. And beautiful girls, you can't beat it. Make sure you get over to Monroe's. Any night is a great night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Thanks.
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get the power of doing it right. Detailed project proposals, excellent customer service, and trusted professionals who get the job done on time and on budget. The power of experience. We're kings of the scaffolding and pros with the stucco. We've been there, done that. Get your project started at CertaPro.com and get the power of pro.
CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as heart disease,
asthma,
diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older,
52, 36,
42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm going to ask my doctor
about getting vaccinated
with Prevnar 20.
I've been buying wholesale cars for 27 years, and every year, the way I know the market has peaked is my Bradford pear tree blooms. This morning I looked, and it is bloomed. The market is peaking. If you want to sell your car, this is the highest time of the year to do it right now. Just beat a guy today. A CarMax offer $3,000. They offered him $75 on his Corvette. I gave him $78. Why? Because the tree told me to. GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Bright Future scholarships are available to all Florida students pursuing higher education after high school. And now, students with part-time jobs can use their hard work to qualify in place of volunteer hours. That means you can get cash for college every time you cash your paycheck. So don't ghost your funds. Get your Bright Future scholarship your way today. Visit floridabrightfutures.gov to check eligibility and apply.
Bright Futures pays. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Still looking pretty good right now on your drive through Palm Beach County. Glades Road, just as a reminder, all ramps to I-95 will be closed starting Friday at 11 p.m. till Monday at 5 a.m. As of right now, I-95 trouble-free between Boca and Palm Beach Gardens. That's a look at traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Are you tired of listening to stories that are saturated with wokeness? If you are, then you should try Red Pilled America anywhere you get podcasts. That's
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Hi, this is Granny. Greg, when you come over, we're going to play Manatee. You're going to hop on my blubber and ride me like Columbus. Honey?
You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
We almost got it. Almost got it. Man, almost made it. Always appreciate you. Barbara and Granny, you guys really make me want to live even longer every day. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hey, what is uppers?
And it is time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creepy Trifecta.
Dwayne Wade. He is going to be in the class of 2023 Hall of Fame for the NBA. Played with the Heat for his whole career except 1 year. He went to Chicago, then he came right back. Pat Riley, when he left, said, remember, the key's under the mat, and it was there for him. He got the NBA. He is just one of the best guys in the NBA, off the field, on the court. He does so many great things. He brought the Heat to 5 NBA championship finals. He brought us back 3 titles. He was part of Big Three with Chris Bosh and LeBron. Hats off to Dwayne Wade. And it was Wade County, and it was Wade County for a reason. He did a great job. Final Four is this weekend. Now, just think about this. If you bet all 4 teams and you bet them in a parlay, and the odds were extremely high, Connecticut plus 500, San Diego State plus 875, Miami plus 2,000, Florida Atlantic plus 3,500, put $100 on it, would have paid $4.4 million. And you didn't even need a lottery ticket for that. Wow. And also, think about those 4 teams. What are their mascots' names? Can you name all 4 of their mascots? Good trivia question. 3 of them are pretty easy. 1 is a little tough. But again, it would pay $4.4 million.
If I can name the mascots?
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that's how much you're going to get.
Nice.
Okay, you think you name all 4?
No.
Franny?
Give me again. What?
The Canes.
No, yeah. Okay, so we have Sebastian.
Sebastian is the only one I know.
FAU.
I know he's an owl. I don't know his name.
Okay. That's just an owl. That's good enough. That's a win.
Okay.
I'll give you hints.
Okay.
Connecticut.
Huskies.
Yeah. And San Diego State.
That looked like me at the strip club.
You're Husky, I know. What's San Diego? Could you give me could you charade San Diego State's?
Starts with an A.
That's not a charade.
I know.
Welcome to the show.
It has something to do with ass.
With ass?
Aztecs.
There it is.
That has nothing to do with ass.
I speak Greek.
That's close enough.
All right.
Yeah. Remember that thing that the Real Radio did?
What?
That's what happened to me the other day. That's what happened to me the other day. That's what I got from Greek.
I was like, what?
That's what I got from Greek. Remember
Got
that
it.
thing that Real Radio did?
Oh, that thing.
Oh, yeah.
You
You
know.
remember that?
Yeah.
Hey, great job there, Greek.
Probably.
4.4 million. Your sister's ass. Nice job. And the NFL is having their meetings this week in Arizona. That's where everybody gets together, coaches and owners, and they voted on a couple of rule changes, good and bad. And one of the things that they passed is now players can wear number 0. In the 70s, they were allowed to wear 00, but now they changed it to where you could wear just 0. And there was a receiver on the Jaguars who already said he's going to be number 0. So you'll probably see that number this year, and that's going to happen for the 2023 season. And that is your last trifecta of the day. Thank you so much. So what does that mean, Francis?
Well, before that, I do want to, because I don't want to ignore the text messages. We were talking Pepsi. They changed their logo, and then somebody was like, well, I have a couple more soda facts. I have heard this one before. If you have not, this will be new to you. 47142 says Coca-Cola did at one time contain cocaine in it.
Oh, of course.
Knew that.
Yeah.
I did not know that they used to put lithium in 7-Up. They said, which helped the company survive during the Depression.
That I didn't.
I did not hear that one. The Coke and the Coca-Cola, that's how they came up with the name. Yeah, and so...
Not good, I'm sorry.
No. Okay.
We're going to take a quick call?
It's up to you guys.
Were you done with text?
Yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. If you're done with text, then we have Dan on the line.
Okay.
Dan, welcome to the Penthouse.
Afternoon, Penthouse.
Good afternoon, Dan.
What's up, Dan?
I wanted to comment on the 15 drinks on a cruise. That's nothing.
Attaboy, Dan.
Right? Dan's our kind of people.
I was asking per day. It was that per day, Dan, you could knock 15?
Yeah, per day. I do that on a Wednesday.
Wow. God bless you, Dan.
You sound pretty sober right now, Dan.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna
when do
say.
you start drinking?
It's only 1:40. Oh, that doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Talking about the cruise, Greek, I'm going Sunday. The Dolphins are having the 50th anniversary of the 72 team, the undefeated team. There's
I heard that.
38 alumni.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm going Sunday to Sunday.
Oh,
I'm going to get my 15 at least every day.
Oh, that'll be cool. I heard of the guys that are going for that 72 team, Manny Fernandez, a couple other guys that I know that are still around. Mercury Mars will probably be there. Zonka.
What port you going out of, Dan?
Miami.
Miami. Oh, okay.
I get a meet and greet with Duper and Clayton. You get to pick 2 guys. It's a badass cruise. It's expensive, but it's worth it. I'm a Dolphin fan for life. So
that's great.
That sounds really cool.
It does,
It's a 50 they call it the 50 experience or whatever, fan cruise. It's an MSC cruise.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Those are brand new boats. Those boats are awesome.
That's great. Well, have a good time. Call us when you get back. Love to hear about it.
I'll see you out in the ocean.
Well, right. Bahamas, Puerto Rico, and then we end in the Dominican.
Oh, you're not stopping in New England, huh?
No, sir.
I thought maybe you're going to see Belichick with the Dolphins.
Call us after the trip. I'm curious.
Yeah, we'd love to hear about it.
Oh, for sure. And congratulations, Dwayne Wade. Love it. Wade County.
Yeah.
Guys, have a great day.
You too. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Take care, Dan.
All right, you guys ready to do this thing we call WWGD? That is, what would Greek do?
Yes.
Right, here we go.
Get ready for WWGD. What would Greek do?
Game recognized game.
Damn right.
I bow to my hat.
Can you believe people ask this guy for advice?
Because there's there's always got to be an ointment.
I mean, really?
420. Tell us if we got anything planned. We'd love to hear about it.
Seriously?
I would spend the rest of my life with her.
Perfect.
But thank you for qualifying that.
It's WWGD.
I mean, you're not really wrong. There is an ointment.
Yeah, and I keep the ass in Aztec.
Yeah, so. But yes, people really do email Jimmy at realradio921.com seeking the advice. of G-Man.
That hurt.
People really do it.
It did hurt.
Starting with Mike. Let's save some lives here.
Mikey.
Greek. And of course, we're going to get Jimmy's 2 cents too. Maybe 5, maybe 25. But Mike says he's dating somebody for a year and they're happy for the most part. Well, that's how you start. For the most part. So he's in business with his ex-wife. And at first, everything was cool with him and this new girl he's dating and his ex-wife. Everything was working out. But lately, he said that it's become a real issue and causing some grief in his current relationship. She wants him to buy his ex-wife out. But he's like, I don't have the cash to do so. He's saying, I feel like this could end our relationship if I don't do it. Greek, what would you do?
Again, some of these are very hard because you don't know the whole situation. But if he doesn't have the money, it's going to be really tough for him to work it out, to buy her out. I think when you start dating somebody, everybody has little things that maybe you jump into or and then they become, maybe they're okay. And then as you get more involved with somebody, they're not okay. I've been down that road the last year or so with certain things in my life where people were cool with something and then they were like, well, no, I'm not cool with it anymore. And you got to make a decision. And for me, a couple of times, I was just like, okay, well, then I guess I'm going to make a left and you're going to go right. And, I'll see you at the bridge. If he doesn't have the money, he can't buy it out. The only thing I would tell her is, look, I don't have the funds unless she can help him come up with the money. But again, it sounds like she knew when they started dating that he was in business with his wife. Maybe she has stronger feelings now, and maybe she does feel like, hey, something can happen. But if he was honest with her up front, there's really not much he could do. And he has to tell her, hey, look, you have to either deal with this or this could be a nail breaker for us. Jimmy?
Well, you kind of said it there. Pony up the money.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one with the problem. Yeah, because, Mike didn't seem to give any indication that he's having any problems with the ex, right?
Mm-mm.
It's only her, his new girl that they've been together for a year that now all of a sudden it's becoming an issue. Why? I wonder why that is. I think that's probably the part that we're not getting on there that would matter a little bit, right? But yeah, there's not much you can do other than trying to reassure her that there's no issue there as far as rekindling the relationship, because I don't hear anything that would give it an indication that would be a problem, and see if maybe the only other thing, can you find ways to not have to deal too much with each other, not be at the whatever it is at the same. Is it a store?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
This is very vague.
Doesn't say, so it's not really saying if you're interacting all that much with her.
I mean, anytime there's
maybe
an ex.
try to minimize that if it's possible, but other than that, all you can do is kind of just let her know that, hey, I don't deal with my ex all that much, so.
Yeah, like
What do you think, Franny?
there's not enough here, but I mean, you say it right there. You don't have the money to buy her out, so don't put yourself in
What are you
debt to
gonna
do
do?
so.
Yeah.
And if there has had been an issue, you just got to talk to your girl and be like, "What's the problem? There
Yeah.
wasn't an issue now. Why is there a problem?"
Tell her to settle down. See how that works.
Settle down.
Calm down.
Call her crazy.
Yeah, tell her to calm down.
Well, people's feelings change. In the beginning, they're cool with things, and as time goes on,
Well, because she probably wants to get him too. So she's like, everything's cool. I'm cool with that. Oh yeah, I'm cool. And now that they're more serious, the real thought, like her real feelings are coming out.
Sure. Yep.
I don't know. I think you need to talk to your girl and just be like, this is not affecting our relationship in any way. I don't have the funds to buy her out. Hopefully the business is going well for you. I don't know if it is, or because we don't have enough details. But
anytime an ex is involved, though, that usually causes a rift. It's just the way it is. The other person's like, why? What's going on? How come? You're going to get those questions. But if she was cool in the beginning, and he doesn't have the money, there's really not much you could do.
Yeah. All right. Good luck. Who was that?
Other
Mike.
than that, it's hard to give much.
I don't know if I called you Brian. That was Mike. Good luck, Mike. So next up, we have Brian. And so Brian has been going to the gym for a couple years now with his girlfriend. They used to go together at the same gym. Well, they broke up last month, and now she's still going to the gym. But now she's going with the new guy she's seeing. So she's moving fast. He said, it's making me weird and uncomfortable to be there when I see her at the gym. He was like, do you think I should speak to her or just go to another gym? What would you do?
Go to another gym. She's not going to care. If she cared, she wouldn't even be there. That's the bottom line with all people like that. If you're going where your ex is going, you don't care about them or their feelings. You just have the decency and respect to not go. And if you talk to her, she's going to be like, what do you want? It's a free gym. So go to another gym. You don't have to worry about it. And you won't have to see her.
Jimmy?
Either that or, just go at a different time. Change your routine if you can, if it doesn't, if it's not too inconvenient for you. So that's the only other thing I could add to it. Franny,
That's the way I was going to go too. Just if you really love that gym that you go to, then I would just find another time to go. And if it's not possible, then maybe you should think about switching.
Because the person knows. It's one thing if you bump into somebody accidentally. At a restaurant.
Yeah, she knows what time you guys go. You guys used to go for a couple years together.
Yeah, so if you're going there at the same time he's going, I mean, that's really not cool. Of course he's going to feel uncomfortable. Who would like it? Hey, can you give me a spot? Can you help me out here?
She's entitled to go there as well.
Yeah.
I don't quite hold that same feeling, but I understand why he would feel that way.
Yeah, because it's only been a month, and she is entitled to go to the gym, but knowing that they had a routine, and this is my assumption, that he's still going at the same time they did, and now she is with her new guy, and it's only been a month. I understand why he's uncomfortable and hurt by it. And I, as the girlfriend, would feel awkward doing that.
Yeah.
So clearly she doesn't give a damn.
No.
So that's why as G-Man said, I don't think if she would, if you approached her, be like, hey, can you go to another gym?
She'll be like, no. Yeah. So just go to another gym.
Yeah.
Go to another gym.
All right. And finally, let's try to squeeze in Renee. So Renee's been working at the same place for about 3 years, and she has had the same boss for 2 of those 3 years. She said her boss is going through a really bad divorce, and he's having a lot of financial problems. So he came up to her last week and asked if she could lend him $2,000. He told me he would get it back to me in a couple months and also to try to help me earn some additional money at the job. Said, my boss is a male, if that matters at all. He's been very good to me since day one at the job. Would you give him the money? What would you do, Greek?
That's so sticky. I mean, that really is sticky. I would also think, and I do this a lot with people, when somebody comes to me that it's unusual for them to ask me for money, and lets me know one thing, they've asked everybody in their surrounding family and friends for money already. So I would just say it makes me uncomfortable. It's going to be hard to say no. It is, especially if he keeps asking her. But I would try not to do it. And I would say I have my own bills and I'm barely making it. I can't help you. I just think you muddy the waters with that. But I think for anybody, for a boss to ask a coworker, he's asked other people for money. And he's gone through them, and now he's coming to you.
Jimmy?
I agree with that. And the only other thing I would say is, one, he's still your boss, right? So if any issues come up with that, then now you're dealing with that aspect of it. And the other thing, too, is anytime anybody borrows money, consider that a gift. You know, and you're not necessarily going to get it paid back to you. So if you can part with $2,000, okay, then at least you can answer that question as far as that's concerned. But otherwise, I wouldn't. I would steer clear from it. Whether he's your boss, a coworker, a friend, anything like that. I mean, lending people money can come back and bite you in the butt. And when it happens at your job, it's compounded even more. Brandy, I'm thinking you're along the same lines.
I am, because we talked about it before, right? And everybody talks. When you give somebody money, just basically say goodbye to it. Hopefully that's not the case all the time. We understand that. But a lot of time they're like, oh, once you give people money, you'll never see them again. You're going to see this person again. Yeah. So if things do get complicated and he isn't able to pay you right, it's just going to get too uncomfortable. And I would just stay away from it.
And unless he knows that you're wealthy, then I think Greek had a great idea to just make it, I don't have it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, he probably knows how much she makes, but he doesn't know what her bills are.
Exactly, yeah.
So.
And the other thing is, like I said, it comes up a lot, and it's come up a lot with me, that they have exhausted every other avenue they've got, had. That's why they're coming to you. They've asked family, they've asked friends, because that's awkward if you're a boss to ask a coworker, hey, can you lend me money? So just be careful with that. But I would tell them no, and I know when I'm not in a financial position. Now, if you want to give me a big raise, maybe I can
Well,
do
she
that.
said he was going to help her find other ways to make cash.
No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't give them the money.
All right.
And what's that implication?
I don't know,
You know, I mean, I'd hate to go down a bad road, but
He would get back to me in a couple months and also try to help me earn some additional money at the job. I don't know.
Maybe she's in sales and we'll give her accounts.
Maybe he can earn a little extra money on the job.
Right? He's having issues. All right. Well, good luck, Renee, Brian, and Mike. We always love updates, but if you also want to email and get some advice from Greek and Jimmy and possibly my 2 cents, you can always email Jimmy@realradio921.com. That is WWGD. What would Greek do?
Thank you so much, Jimmy, for all your help with the contest, the blog, everything you do behind the scenes, in front of the microphone, in front of the mic. Thank you for another A performance.
Well, thank you, Greek. Thank you, Franny. Good luck, Mike, Brian, and Renee. And thank you for listening.
Franny, great job with the blog all the time, helping us out and handling the text line. Thanks for all your help and what you bring to the studio every day and the airwaves. Thank you.
Of course, and thank you, G-Man, for all you do. Thank you for saving lives with WWGD. Thank you, Jimmy, for all of your efforts and everything you do behind that board and the phone and the blog, all the things. And of course, thank you so much for listening. G-Man, are we leaving it with some parting words?
If a zebra doesn't have stripes, is it still a zebra? Think about that. Peace.
Social media experience that isn't totally toxic. Kind of a weird thing to brag about, but there it is. Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Jennifer Collins. A mix of sun and clouds this afternoon with highs in the low to mid-80s and the chance for a shower through this evening. Then comfortable tonight with overnight lows in the 60s and 70s at the coast with a few passing clouds by Thursday morning. Lower humidity for the end of the week with highs in the low 80s on Thursday and Friday.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Can Vivek Ramaswamy become the next president of the United States? He tells us why he believes he can on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, with new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Morgan & Morgan, dial pound 529 on your cell phone. Pound law, that's all.
Place your bid and pay 30, 40, up to 50% less during our used car mega sale at Craig's Inns.